All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again on the greatest wrestling podcast ever, the Watchalong Express. I am your wonderful host, as always, Andrew, here with the Triple J of the podcast world, John, Justin, and Jordan. How you fellas doing tonight?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Excited for this one. This is going to be fun.
I'm excellent.
Perfect.
Awesome. That's what I love. You guys are just so excited about this, it sounds like.
I'm saving all my excitement to talk about it.
Good. So
also, obviously it's good to ask, but like, what if I was just like, I'm not doing so good, Andrew.
Not terribly hot tonight.
This is an open forum. We would talk it out.
I guess, you're right.
We got you, buddy. We got you.
On this podcast, we don't just admire ass, we also talk about feelings.
Yes, true.
Right. Real men talk about their feelings.
The feelings about dad ass.
About dad ass. All right. Bringing it back. We're already off the rails. Okay. Yep. So thank you guys for listening and watching and tuning in and liking and following and sharing and all that stuff. We really appreciate it. We're going to hit you guys with another special episode this week. This is a little different than even the other couple special ones we threw at you. Before we would do a whole event. Today we're going to do what we call a focus on one guy. We want to show you guys one person's evolution. Not evolution necessarily, but just highlights. Everything about them in a nutshell, kind of. Like let's if the aliens came down and said, "John, I want to know about Owen Hart." Go. Mm-hmm. That's where we're going with today. So we're going to pick one of these guys eventually, but John went first, and as I just spoiled, this is my nature. John chose Owen Hart.
That's right.
So, John, why don't you lay us on a little bit about why you chose Owen and why this is important to you?
Yeah, all right. So, first, kind of, I guess the setup for this was me first hearing about Owen kind of just, I don't want to say like as an afterthought, but I guess just through sort of osmosis. When I started listening and starting to tuning into wrestling, it really was a lot about Bret Hart, incidentally. That's who I heard a lot about and someone that I gravitated towards. I liked Bret's style. I liked his attitude. I liked his technical style of wrestling and just kind of like, I just like the whole aesthetic of Bret Hart. And then, I'd be researching Bret and I'd always hear about Owen and, I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more, but how, the tragic kind of end to his life all too soon, stuff like that. But I never really got it. I never really understood why we talked still about Owen Hart. And that's because I never really watched his matches. They just didn't come up as like the greatest of all time or anything like that. And so when we started this, and I think we talked about this in the first episode, but we didn't start in 98. This started when we started watching together as a group, it was in 97. And that's when Owen, and we'll see some matches from 97, but Owen and the Hart Foundation were really huge. And the more and more I saw Owen wrestle, especially with Davey Boy at the time, because they make a great pair.
Absolutely.
And seeing him come out and work the crowd as a heel with two slammies in his hands, with the the tag team champion belts drapes over him, talking shit, yelling at the crowd. Just his heel work and ability to just command the energy of the ring was just so impressive to me. And then on top of that, you have him also be a fantastic technical wrestler on par and perhaps exceeding Bret Hart in some ways. In my opinion, I like Owen's wrestling style just a little bit more because it combines the technicalities of Bret, and we'll see the technicalities of Bret, but also some like aggressive sort of change up moves like insiguris and flying leg kicks and stuff like that. And so
he took Bret's mat technician at work and he just put aerial to it. He'll go off the top rope. I don't think Bret Hart ever went off the top rope. He was
I don't think so.
Guy. Yeah. But that missile drop kick off the damn top rope is banging.
And so seeing him, it was like a light bulb went off in my head where it's like, I get it now. I understand why we still talk about Owen. And obviously any death is tragic, but I think why it hits on another level is just he wasn't even close to done. He wasn't. There was far more fuel in his tank. And now I've come to really appreciate him just as a worker and a heel, and even as a face, which we'll kind of get to. But yeah, that was kind of why I really liked his whole demeanor, and I think there's a little bit of me that relates to him being the little brother, and just his attitude and stuff like that. Kind of that stems from it. So yeah, that was pretty much it for me. Why I thought I can't say he's definitely my top 5. He's not certainly my favorite wrestler, but just up there in terms of people that I just every time he's on the screen, I just want to watch. I just want to see what he's gonna do. So.
Oh yeah, dude, that was awesome. So actually, before we get into so what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you a series. I think we have 5 matches, pretty quick. Some a little longer than the others, but we're just gonna show you a whole wide selection of Owen. But before we do that, Justin, what are your thoughts on Owen Hart?
So, like we talked about in the first episode, I really only watched when I was younger. This is the run, or at least the run that we're doing now on the regular seasons. Mm-hmm. Was the years that I actually watched intently. Every night I watched Monday Night Raw. So I only really saw Owen's heel work, and even though he was a heel 95% of his run, I never really went back. And like John talked about, I had never really seen like the great Owen matches. Unfortunately, I was one of the people who was watching the night that he passed. And we won't be doing that this run. And if we
I don't know if I'm ever going to do that episode.
Well, I don't know. Well, you don't have to worry about that because on the network they edit all that stuff out.
Okay.
The only thing they put in is in loving memory of Owen Hart at the beginning. That's it. So I think that they just want to put it behind them, and move on.
Yeah.
But it might be an interesting run to do, especially because the Raw after might be interesting. But we'll see. Anyway, so just to kind of sum it up, because I tend to be a long talker, for me, I think the 97 run that we did prior to Podcast Land really opened my eyes to how good he was. You can see the influence that not just Brett has, but that Owen has. You can see the influence that Brett has on Owen, but you can see where he kind of became his own man. And that's really interesting. And I think it might be – I'm really looking forward to doing this because I haven't seen most of the matches on this episode that we're going to do.
Excellent. So, I've seen all of them, so –
well, that's to be expected. I mean, you are the guru guy, but
well, no, I only say that because these are 5 matches that I took when John hit me with his list, and he was like, "Anything to add?" I was like, "Take this out, but add these 2 because we want to show exactly what he's all about." Owen is a one of one. Yes, you just said it. There's a lot of Bret Hart in him. Well, he's his brother. Of course there's going to be.
And they were trained by the same guy, too. I mean, his dad.
And they were trained by the same guy, so they do have a similar style. But Owen was so unique in everything that he did. He would remind me of someone, and you guys are going to think this is so weird that I say this. He reminds me of someone like Roman Reigns. I don't like Roman Reigns.
No, I can totally see it.
Everything Roman did means something. Everything Owen did meant something. Every move he made, every look at the crowd, every taunt to the opponent, it all built to something. I'll give Roman credit. He does that. He makes me hate him, and that's his job. Owen was trying to make you hate him, but by doing it and having the blonde hair and just that little smirk, you're like, yeah, but I like you. I know you're a bad guy, and I know you're doing the wrong shit, but I like you, and I'm in. And that for me, that's my Owen thing, is he always grew up in the shadow of Bret. And as we get into this run, 96, 97, 98, you just realize, oh, he is not the same person. If you took the Hart name off of him, he'd be huge. He would have been bigger than as big as Bret. But it's like the Chavo Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero is an amazing wrestler. The issue is your cousin is Eddie. And you're just never going to be Eddie Guerrero. Even if you're technically just as good, it's just not going to happen. So that's sort of what happened with Owen. And then the death, obviously way too soon, forever too soon. But it he almost went out like he went out on the top. No one will ever have a bad thing to say about Owen. What do they say in The Dark Knight? You live long enough to see yourself become the villain, or you die the hero. He died a hero, and we forever will. People do these episodes on Owen Hart because he was that important. He was one of one. So I'll just leave it at that.
And on that note, that was a nice. I like that. That was really great. And let's have a drink on death for Owen.
Drink on death for Owen.
Okay, let's have a drink on death for Owen. And there you go.
That's all you need to say, man. Just drink on death for Owen because he deserves it. So,
all right, boys.
for those watching at home that gets their cocks up and ready, we are on King of the Ring, 1994, which on your Peacock network would be season 2, episode 1. And we are going to fast forward to 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 24 seconds, roughly. Just get there. And we'll give you a second to do that. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. Just got to do one quick. Oh, no. Hold on. My cock is all wiring. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
The greatest thing we've ever done. The
Well.
greatest thing that happened to wrestling is that it's on the Cock Network. The greatest
Hold on.
thing. Because if I know wrestling fans, we love a good cock joke.
Cock. All right. So 1 hour, 37:24.
You got it, buddy.
34, right?
I got 24 on mine.
24? Right,
Yep, I got 24.
24 it is.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going to start now with a match that is, I believe, the Owen Hart versus the Uno, Dos, Tres Kid. So, we're going to go in Uno, Dos, Tres, Play.
Trying to use every
that's
bit, every moment of valuable
All right.
time.
So I don't really know anything about the setup for this match.
King of the Ring qualifying tournament. Or King of the Ring tournament. So this is to go to the semifinals. So
Gotcha,
this is
okay.
what you'd call the Great 8 or the Elite 8 or whatever.
Gotcha.
So Steve
All right,
Blackman's
something I
in
want to
here.
address right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Something I want to address right now is two things. That's a fucking sweet outfit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep, all
number
pink.
two, and number two is the one thing that Owen lacks is a good theme song. Literally,
it's true.
the one
true.
thing he doesn't have
It's true.
is a good theme song.
Dog,
I concur with that, John. I concur with that.
When I was writing the opening for the Watchalong Express,
Mhm.
the do da do da do.
Yeah.
All I heard in my head was.
Hell yeah.
Man, it sucks, but there's something
Yeah.
like a good kick and snare that gets you ready for Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Jordan, that's the kind of side scroll thing we have to have for the people. That was awful. That was
Yeah.
so bad. Like Owen looks like
That's
somebody
cool.
who should not be wrestling.
I like that
Dude,
lighting.
That's cool. Yeah.
I forgot
1, 2,
that
3.
that Monsters on commentary.
Mhm.
So I think,
Oh.
Andrew, you're mentioning. Well, I guess this is like categorically a pretty short match, right? As
Yes,
far as
this is
okay.
Okay, so the reason I chose said we should watch this match is because this is what many people in WWE have considered the best match ever under 5 minutes. Now, whether it's kayfabe or not, I don't know, but the 1, 2, 3 Kid is hurt. You can see he's coming out slow, moving his arm. He's a heel, by the way.
Whoa.
He's heel
Really?
Kid here.
He's
Like
so
totally
young.
different than the poppy, happy-go-lucky, I beat Razor Ramon via roll-up.
Oh my God.
That's Owen.
Oh,
That
my
is Owen.
God.
that was a freaking train wreck.
That's Owen right there.
The lights
There's
are
no way
down and
he's
everything. Oh
There's
my
no way.
God.
No, there's no way. Not with that.
Holy
Not with that.
shit.
Agreed. That was awesome.
I'm gonna drink to that.
Oh, speaking of which, I must go up and get myself another one.
That ref is pissed. Yep, there he is off the top rope already.
Boom. I can see that. Yeah, this is explosive from like the jump.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that uniform for Owen Hart. I like that.
It's tight. It looks real good.
Oh, and by the way, on commentary, oh yeah, the main man.
I thought I heard Macho Man.
Oh yeah, he's on the commentating tonight. He's on the desk next to Vince.
I mean, look at that.
Dude, look how I fucking can't get over those tights. Can I get a pair of those?
I know.
Just walking to work, just
Yeah. Say something. Say
I'm here.
something.
What's up?
Those are great.
You're about
hits.
to take a baseball slide to the face.
It is unbelievable. We are looking at what the
Man, he really.
These two, I mean-
is so
Oh,
good.
there you go, John.
Oh,
Classic move. Classic move.
All right,
Insecurity
I'm
setup.
I'm going to propose a rule for tonight's episode. It is a one and done, and it's just drink on insecurity.
Done.
And
I knew that's what was coming, and I'm like, I'm here for it.
this one comes on to the
Well, let's go down. Should we just go down the moves? I mean, Insecurity, flying leg kick, maybe like sharpshooter.
Yeah,
Let's just do it. Yeah, right? Why
just
not?
do the three. And then, of course, the standards ass botch,
Yeah.
Suplex.
Yeah. Suplex.
the whole thing. So this is
Suck
going
it, although we won't get a suck it.
No, we won't get a suck it. Although, the more I either check out or do some of the when we do the edits for these episodes, I forget that we added rules, and I'm thinking about prior episodes or next episodes if we've gotten it. I'm like, fuck, did we drink on that?
Yeah.
That's
So
my
what-
favorite part. One of my favorite parts about all this is like
Nice.
ooh.
That's a suplex, right?
Suplex.
It's one of my favorite parts is you don't know what you're gonna get, and then all of a sudden you're like, this is great.
Hmm.
Look at Owen. Look at Owen. Oh God, is he good?
Oh, another suplex.
Yep.
By the way, what's everyone drinking tonight? I know there's no theme, but what's everyone
No
drinking?
theme, so I'm rocking the Kona Big Wave.
Oh, great beer.
I am drinking. I was just drinking a B Hoppy, which is okay.
Wormtown.
And now I'm
Really
switching
okay.
to Corona. Don't worry, I'm vaccinated.
Oh boy.
That's
Hey,
not funny.
baby.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Poland
laugh at that.
Spring. Hey, sparkling Poland Spring. Only the best for the producer.
Yes. Yeah.
That's right.
Someone get Jordan his Perrier.
I got a doggy
is that-
style right now.
Is that a
Oh,
Sharpshooter.
yep. Sharpshooter.
sharpshooter?
Nope, yep.
Done and done.
Bang. That was awesome.
So yeah. Yep, I think that's perfect. We wanted to start off with something a little short.
Yep.
If you've never seen an Owen match, perfect style of Owen right there.
You got
Yep.
all of his stuff and
All of his stuff right there. So
Exactly.
now we're gonna move on to some stuff that has some more, I guess, story to it. We'll talk a little bit more about the details behind it. And I think we're starting with the commentary one, which is fun.
Yep. So we are going to.
We're changing the seasons now.
Yep. So it's going to be season 4 of King of the Ring, episode 1.
Well, there's only one episode of each.
There's
so.
only one I know. Yeah. Okay.
We got episode 2. You're not doing it right.
Yeah, if you're on episode,
Nice.
good point, Justin. If you're on episode 2 of any King of the Ring, you are somewhere you're not supposed to be.
for what's injured goes
Okay. So for this one, because today, breaking this big time fourth wall here, today we were recording this on June 23rd. Famously, King of the Ring 1996 was June 23rd. Now we are backing this up a little bit before we get to the Owen match, because directly in front of this fantastic Owen Hart match is the single greatest promo ever. Throwing it out there. Has anybody got a better one? Then Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. No, go ahead. Listen, the cream of the crop rises to the top. Nope. Any brother, I'm going to get you Ultimate Warrior stuff. Nothing. Nothing Roddy Piper ever did. Nothing fucking Macho Man ever did. Nothing touches the promo we're about to watch at the end of this with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So we had to throw it in there.
The only person The only person I may say it might rival it, or you could at least have a discussion. Now, context is king. Okay, if I'm going to borrow a phrase, is Ric Flair. That's the only person who I think may rival it. What's amazing about the promo, if you don't know, is that it was off the top of his head.
Right. So here's what I'll say about Ric Flair versus this particular promo. Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't the best promo in the world, but this is the best single promo. Ric Flair consistently had the most amount of great promos, but none of them they were all basically the same.
Yeah, but I would say that there are some that, like, I love the ones he did with Dusty, but you need context for those.
I mean, here's the other thing. Hold on, here's the other thing. Stone Cold never once again uttered the words Austin 316. He said it the one time, and then that was it. He never had a moment again to say Austin 316 says I whipped your ass. He never said it again.
That's true. He never did.
That's what makes this so very special, is that he said this one time, and he sold 100 million fucking t-shirts.
Yeah, because the point of here. 316. But what's the timestamp so we can?
So the timestamp is 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 6 seconds. And again, you're going to see it's going to pop you right in the middle of the Austin, or right at the end of the Austin Jake the Snake Roberts King of the Ring final.
154, you said?
157.06.
And so to reiterate for those that might have kind of missed it, Owen isn't in any of the matches in this King of the Ring. The situation was that Jerry the King Lawler is fighting in this pay-per-view. And they said, who's going to take the King's spot as commentator? And I'm not sure what who or why the decision was made precisely, but Owen Hart steps in for Jerry the King and is commentating actually the whole event. He doesn't have a wrestling match. So we can watch this. And then I was thinking, if we want to hear some of his commentary, we can watch the very final match of this pay-per-view, which is also pretty good, which is the British Bulldog versus Shawn Michaels, with Owen commentating over it. And obviously he's in the Bulldog's corner fervently, and he's in top form. I took a little peek earlier, so after we watch this and hear what Owen has to say, we can fast forward a little bit and watch that, I was thinking.
No, it rolls right into this.
Oh, it does?
There's no break. It rolls right into it. And John, what's
fantastic
cool is, to add on to that, you're hearing Owen commentate on this promo. He has instant reaction. He's the first one you basically hear going, whoa, that was good, or whatever he says. But so if everybody's cocks are up and ready,
157.06.
And just
706, and pop up another one.
Fresh Miller Lite.
Ooh, bingo.
All right.
Love it, baby. All right, here we go, boys. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, play.
You have broken ribs like that. You can't breathe. You have broken ribs like that. You can't breathe. Your own body doesn't function right. You got all the ribs broken up like that.
Oh, dude.
First of all, the first 5 things Owen says, I'm just like, yeah, he's right. What a great analysis.
Yeah.
He probably knows what it's like to have broken ribs.
Well, he does. And you know what I love, too, is I love the dynamic between him and Vince. Vince being the very, hey, pal, this is...
What a maneuver.
What a maneuver. Yep. And Owen going, that was a double insecurity leg kick, Vince. Like, duh. I like that in the middle of our Owen our Owen episode, we're getting a nice little taste of Stone Cold. This is great. I love it.
Which is great.
And this is him. This is his just.
Well, this is after the Ringmaster. This is after the Ringmaster, and you get the
$1 million champion bullshit. And Jake. Okay, so a little context for everybody on this, real quick. Jake the Snake is become born again. So he's touting, thank you for God, and I'm clean now, and that's why I'm here. And John 3:6, thank you for all the da-da-da. I'm quoting these Psalms, I'm quoting all this stuff. And Stone Cold's basically just like, you're lying. You're full of shit, and I'm going to prove it.
Cool.
Yeah. And don't take anything away from Jake the Snake either in this. He may be an old man, but he is he can still bring
He can
it.
still fucking go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his gimmick right
DDT
now
is
is
devastating. Like his DDT is devastating.
the gimmick right now is that he can't because he was attacked by Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of competitor is this?
Yeah, Vince. The more I listen to Vince, the more I'm like, nah, it's just right. He kind of sucks.
Again, he got so much better in '97 that you forget that he's terrible all the way up to that.
And Owen is in top form here. Just constantly on the side of the heel, saying that Jake the Snake didn't have to step in the ring.
He
chose to do that.
He's the best heel commenters. Bobby the Brain Heenan is number one at this. You just say what's truthful in a way that makes it sound like they suck.
Yep.
Like
he also just called
all in how you say it, and Owen's very good at that.
He just called Gorilla Monsoon a big ape. Also,
yeah, get that big ape out of there.
Yeah. Because we're talking, I would recommend, especially because we're talking, we want to hear Owen. I would say put on the closed captioning.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, just so you can catch some of the lines. I will say this. Like I said, I was watching this earlier. He has a so at this time, when Shawn Michaels comes out, he comes out with like his trainer. I forget what his name is.
Jose Lothario.
Thank you.
Owen has we'll say questionable comment about his race that we'll get to. But heel commentator and all that.
Those are the times. I know that's a terrible excuse, but things were different back then.
Things were, yeah. And we can.
It's so. Man, it's so weird to see a stunner
in a match.
Yep.
In a match that doesn't count. And that was a horrible stunner too. Like just the whole thing was bad. Like it was terrible.
All right. Oh yeah,
Okay.
and Stone Cold's face is fucked up right now.
Yeah.
He got stitches in his face. I forget what match, but he took someone's boot to the face.
Mark Marrow.
That's right. Yeah, Wildman Mark Marrow.
He had to get
that's why he looks like he has Botox.
Yeah, he had to get stitches in his lip, and then they broke open during the match.
Was that when he was?
Think about that. Stitches aren't the worst thing. It sucks, but in your mouth?
Yeah.
And then you have to go fight, and then you have to go talk.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
That looks like he's wearing, like, lip gloss.
He does. He's probably, just sucking the blood in, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts. All right, I guess Snake sold it pretty well. He did the back up and then the fall down, like the little Ric Flair style.
I like it.
I see those replays of them landing on their asses, and I'm just like, that's why you can't walk straight.
Yep. Your spine is fucked.
Yep. All right, here we go, baby. Here we go.
Yep. The coronation.
I love how he looks at the crowd and he's like, I'm not fucking wearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to say shit so bad.
That's the best. What an asshole.
No doubt. Hate anymore. Sorry, I'll quote the whole thing.
Talk about your songs, talk about John 3:16.
I fucking love it. Drink on ass.
Yeah.
He is stone cold.
And try to take back some of the courage he had in his life. He said, "Get in the ring. I'm serving notice to everyone
He's got a little bit of the full beard going. That's weird looking.
Piss off.
This is accurate. He calling your own shot, baby.
Yep. And Gibbs not a fuck.
You're supposed to wear that uniform. The crown and the robe, and he was just like, nope.
He's like,
I like that Hendricks is like, he's anything but humble.
Yeah.
Oh, he still has the Ringmaster music too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whack.
Yeah. Bizarro world. He's got his slammies. He's always on.
What's with his? Oh, he's got a broken hand. Maybe that's why he's doing commentary.
I stated earlier, I'm here to commentate and give my expertise. I have no business getting involved in any match, and I won't. As long as nobody bothers me, I won't bother anybody.
Wow. Talk about planting the seed. I wonder.
I wonder what's going to happen.
Wrestling 101 right there, baby. That was great. That was actually pretty good. And
Mr. Perfect is the ref for this.
He's the special outside enforcer, like Mike Tyson.
You're not. No, he is the ref right now. He is the ref as of now. Let's see about that.
Oh, that's right. We watched this.
We did.
We did.
Wow.
We did watch this.
This is just wow. That's awesome.
I mean, of course, I planned this all. I was very aware that this was.
John, you fucking master booker, you.
I actually, that podcast you were saying about the booking, that's a cool idea. Like that's.
Yeah, shout out to Hit the Books podcast. That's a really cool idea for a podcast.
Yeah.
The most controversial.
2 refs counted. How can that be?
Yeah.
Oh, they're in Milwaukee. They're in.
Yeah. Fear the deer, baby. The Mecca. Oh yeah. Listen. Milwaukee Bucks again, going, breaking the fourth wall down here. Milwaukee Bucks, NBA champions this year. Mark it.
Think so?
Mm-hmm. They're gonna smoke Atlanta, and then LA and Phoenix are gonna beat the shit out of each other. And
all right,
Milwaukee's all right.
We should watch because this is hilarious.
All right, let's all enjoy a good Owen lol.
Oh shit!
Goddamn!
Yep.
There he is!
My sister. Hear what he said?
It is.
Yep.
My God, he's jacked.
He's fucking ripped.
Like Jesus.
Yep.
Yes.
Would you get a hold of yourself, please?
Yeah, nothing screams impartiality like getting on the table.
Yep.
This is why we miss him so much. Like it's these things, it's these little moments that he was so good at.
So all the the JR podcast and the Jeff Jarrett podcast, which I haven't actually finished listening to, those are pretty sad. But if you want a fun Owen Hart episode of a podcast, it is the Pritchard one.
Yeah, that one. It's also this one. We're gonna have.
It's also this one. Yeah, because I don't really want to talk about all the sad stuff that happened at the end. I just want to enjoy Owen Hart in his prime.
I mean, that was quintessential Owen right there, standing up on the table
He's like,
with the
"You,
fucking slammy.
yeah,
Yeah.
But now
He's your
holding his
ultimate
slam.
like bro when you're out at the bar and you're trying to pick up the chick and Owen just stands at the table like, yeah,
For
go!
better or for worse, right or wrong,
Right.
he's
all
in
while
your
telling-
corner.
all while telling the security guard that I'm just here to pick up my friend, and I'm not here to be I'm not here to be a threat or an influence.
I'm not trying to cause anything.
Really?
Go, buddy, yeah!
I'm pretty sure that sign said "pussy is gold." I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it said.
Just
for
weird,
that, I'll
very
bring up.
weird side note. This is my favorite Sean outfit.
Is it?
Really?
Yep, the black and teal.
How oddly specific?
And Sean is super faced right now.
Oh, dude.
Super faced right
Oh, look at him! Just oh.
Yep. No,
Okay, you want to talk about the opposite of a bad theme? How about fucking?
yeah. One of the best ever. Ready?
Little
Fuck the
pentatonic.
camera. Fuck that
Oh
camera.
shit!
Was he just
Yeah.
doing that? I think he was just doing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That was weird. That was a like the inception of the suck it. Like he had to be. He's like, I can't do this. I gotta do this.
Something.
The Fink.
Yep. The Fink is
Oh,
there.
hell yeah.
The Fink is.
Yeah, I love how the Fink just constantly finds himself in the way.
He's like, oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, all right. You know what though? He's really good at like recognizing that. Like his head's always on a swivel. Like, okay, get out of your way. Oh, get out of your way. Here. Whoop,
Here's
whoop,
Gorilla again.
I like that Mr. Perfect's like chatting up Davy Boy.
Everybody's in the ring now.
I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but as a semi-degenerate gambler, I'd just like to say Gorilla Monsoon is like absolutely in the Gamblers Hall of Fame. The man was on his literal deathbed in the hospital and was like, "Yo, can I get a number on the Red Sox tonight?"
Special referee for this contest, President Monsoon indeed assumed to be the official in charge. However,
Look at Jim's tie.
perfect according to President.
Yep. So outside was after the fact.
That's
And
not
they're
how a
pissed.
referee works.
It's not.
What the hell is this?
All right, listen.
Oh, the blimp!
Yep.
Yes, love the blimp.
The Sega
Look how
side.
low it is. This is so weird. Like,
Shut up at the top of their lungs.
shut up! I just love Owen's just like, this isn't right. He said one thing and now he changed his mind. You can't do that. It's not fair. It's not fair.
I know that Vince sucks, but I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
He's
Also,
the
we just
worst.
glossed over what he said about Sean's friend, so that's probably good.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely didn't hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I missed it, so I'm glad I just missed it.
You don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
No, they're good.
Let's take a quick pause
The
and
best part
rewind
about
it.
okay, here's the thing. Vince is the worst, but there's literally only been like 6, like long-term so that doesn't mean you're the worst of the thing. You're the worst of these 6. Unfortunately, these 6 are better than you.
I don't think he cares though, because I'm the richest.
Well, he doesn't care. Here's the thing. You know how I know he doesn't care? Because he never went out of his way to learn the fucking names of the moves.
That's true.
Like
He never
you
really
think
cared.
after a while you just do it, but what a
Is it
maneuver! Oh no! Oh my! Like
There's
he
a
never
great
gave a shit.
Richard Ask Me Anything where a fan asks him what he thinks of Vince on commentary, and he goes, "Did Vince really ever call anything? I think he just won a maneuver a bunch of times." And
Exactly.
I immediately thought of you.
Well, just look. He brings the energy, brings the excitement. I'm there. I'm with you. But you're the play-by-play. Tell me what's happening.
Yeah.
Like,
He doesn't know.
exactly. But my point is that he's been doing this since '84. You'd think he'd learn the moves by now. They don't change.
It's
Like,
overrated.
they're not.
It's overrated.
Here's the other thing.
Holy
A lot
shit,
of the
Davey
names,
boy.
a lot of the moves, he names them and won't call them.
That's true.
You
couldn't remember.
named it that. Call it that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
So, therefore, he's the worst.
That's fair. All right, here we go. Let's enjoy the commentary in the match.
Let's.
I know
All
I
right,
called
can I get a
this out
time
last
check?
time, too.
Right now, I'm at 2:15.
I'm at 2:15:07, 08, 09.
Yeah, I'm right
Same.
there with you guys.
So I'm about 2 seconds behind you guys, but that's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be that way.
The black and teal is sharp with the white in the middle too.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember this, but that was my first Shawn Michaels costume for the EC Dub Club thing. I copied those tights.
Oh, I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Ah,
Boo.
yeah, it was good.
Oh, hey, pulling on the hair. He doesn't have a lot left. Come on.
Don't ever let lift. Don't touch the hair.
I love when they do the trade offs.
This is a good match too in general.
Oh yeah.
Well, British Bulldog is one of easily the most underrated performers ever.
I don't know about
yeah.
that. I would put him in underrated powerhouses. How's that?
Well, that's so. What I was gonna. So okay, sure. Because what I was gonna say was the dude can't talk for shit.
No.
No.
But he looks like a wrestler, and he can sure fucking go. That dude can wrestle. He's
Yeah, he
got
can.
all the movesets. He's strong. He sells.
He's agile. He just
He's
did a front
agile
flip,
for a
a
big
standing
guy.
front flip
Exactly.
just a second ago, like a
Yeah.
standing front flip. Like that's fucking crazy.
And he's got the tassels, which makes me just I
Which
love.
we're all
that
fans
look.
of here on this podcast.
Yeah, drink on tassels.
I'll drink on tassels.
All right, so do the Owen rules still apply to this match? So we still drink on if there's an insecurity.
Sure.
If for
Yeah,
some reason there's
absolutely.
a sharpshooter,
Yeah, I'm with that. I dig.
which I doubt there is, but it would be funny if there was one all of a sudden.
If Sean put him into Sean could do it. Put a sharpshooter on. That is his submission hold.
Look at the strength. Oh Jesus!
A list of things I could never do.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Like halfway over the first flip, I'd have just been like, "Nope, not gonna happen."
There we go.
Oh, I love it.
I can't believe it. He says.
Is that a botch?
Oh.
I'll drink on spanking.
Yeah.
How about
Drink
that?
on
I
drink
mean,
on
done and
Cornette
done.
spanking.
I'll drink on
Absolutely.
anything that happens to Jim Cornette.
He's got no business touching my manager.
Again, Owen killing it.
Yeah, he's on fire. He really is. Extraordinary maneuver.
I swear to God, like
Ugh.
it's you. Like everyone has a crutch when they talk. I'm sure you guys. I'm sure listeners will be like, "Yep, this is Andrew's crutch. This is Justin's." Like they all know what our.
Yeah.
Like we all have them. There's mine. His is what a maneuver. When he doesn't know what to say, he just says, "What a maneuver."
JR just asked Owen if he was adopted. Dude, their back and forth in this match is so fucking funny. They are just like, they are angry at each other. It's awesome.
Oh wow!
Because
they're going
JR is
back and
the
forth
face.
on it.
Yep.
We don't need to go there. Thank you. Now JR's saying it.
Yeah. So this is interesting too, because this is sort of planting the seed of the USA versus sort of the other, which we're gonna look more matches coming up. But you can see the Bulldog playing up the Union Jack earlier in this match.
Yeah,
and everyone chanting. So
yeah. Also, just to put you in a time and place, there is a Brett Favre jersey, dead nut center, camera side.
Oh yeah.
And this being Milwaukee, there's no surprise. I'm actually surprised they only see one.
Yeah,
Look, there he is with the G-shirt.
Actually,
That could be Brett Favre. Dude, that might be Brett Favre. What?
The 196, they won the Super Bowl. So
yeah, this is their Super Bowl year. Exactly. That's why I was like, I expected to see more.
What?
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
Oh, I like that maneuver.
That was fucking.
Now I'm fucking doing it.
That was a sound maneuver.
Yeah.
Well, what do you call this? Fuck this.
Yeah.
Leg.
Leg sweep.
No.
Mr. Perfect has actually done nothing.
That's the whole point.
I
He
know.
gets paid to do nothing. He's hurt, I believe. However,
They're
he just looks so
chanting perfect.
goddamn good standing there with that hair. I'd let him sit ringside for me every time if he wanted to. Like if I was the promoter, I'd be like, just stand ringside. You just look good.
Yeah.
What a move! God damn it!
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that's a
not
cool
gonna
move.
say This
It is
does,
a cool move.
but hey, it is what it is. I do love that old armbar though. I'll just put my feet here and pull.
Yep.
Yep.
You can't do anything for a reason.
Like wrestling
What are you
is
gonna do? Wrestling is what?
stupid.
There you go.
Yeah, careful.
That's
Careful.
true. That's accurate.
Yes.
Oh, that was a cool pinning thing. I like that.
Yeah, that was good.
That's good moves by the ref. Because Sean's not going for a pin, but knowing that his shoulders are down, the ref has to count. That's good refereeing.
Yep.
People forget, as much as we want to ignore the ref, a good referee is never noticed, but the best referees make a difference. Earl Hebner makes a difference. Like, you notice him, but in the only positive way. He's never in the way. It's never bad. And we're watching Earl Hebner. Like,
Yeah. It is kind of crazy how they disappear, because they have to be very aware of the cameras, very aware of like what the performers are attempting to do.
I never really thought about it before, but they probably sit in with meetings. Like,
Oh my
sit
God,
in
yeah.
on the thing and be like, hey, we're going to do this spot, this spot, this spot. Like, just so you're aware, here's what's going to happen. And then he probably goes home and thinks out what he's going to do.
Yep.
I think that's,
Ooh.
a drink on referees in general.
Oh yeah.
The unsung heroes of the wrestling world. They really are. And you have to start as a ref too, usually, when you're coming up. Like 16, 17 years old, you're a ref because you can't wrestle because you're not 18. Shane McMahon was a ref.
Yeah. And a ring boy.
Yep.
What? Did she? I know we
Concern.
talked about the last dark match, but fuck, does she suck?
She sucks.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not good.
She's not great.
She just.
Subpar wife. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
All right,
kidding.
Diana, we're gonna need you to look concerned.
And just
And that's,
always look concerned.
That's it.
Just,
That's it. Yeah.
even when
Even
he's
if
doing
he's
good.
winning. Yeah.
He's too strong.
He's too strong is a great sentence.
Nice.
Thank you, JR.
Yep.
People, I mean, obviously, no one forgets how great JR is, but JR is great even when he's not the play-by-play guy. He can be a great analyst too, and that's not easy.
No, but you know, every time I watch even modern day stuff, I know we don't talk about modern day stuff, but fuck, and then we go back and watch the run, the '98 run. Fuck, do I miss 2-man booths?
Yeah, me too.
3-mans just are too clunky. They're crowded.
People forget their roles sometimes. Like they'll switch from heel to like, and you're like, wait, actually, you're supposed to be the face, and you're the heel. Now you're rooting for the bad guy. Like they mix it up all the time.
Graves is the
Graves is the worst.
He's a great heel too, which sucks because I love his commentary.
Yep.
But fucking pick one. There's a reason why we
exactly.
remember the classics.
Exactly.
They're simple.
God damn, Mr. Perfect. Well,
He's just perfect.
perfect. I'm sorry. He's fucking.
Can I get a
just
time check?
exudes. I want to go have a beer with you, and also, can I marry your daughter? Like, and just be a part of your family and shit. Because I just want to be around you. What's he doing?
Nice.
You can't be.
And apologies to the audience if they see me looking down. Extenuating circumstances going on this episode. Work stuff is going on this episode, so apologies.
Justin's one of the important people, so he's got to be always accounted for. It's true though. I'll take on that.
But just I don't want anyone to think I'm not paying attention.
Hold on, here's the best part too.
Drops.
So basically, you just whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
Justin, you basically just told everybody that you're enjoying alcoholic beverages while you're working.
Not technically working. And if anyone who's had Miller Lite knows, this is water.
that's not really
water.
beer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, good lord.
Not technically working.
It's not where he's from.
Send him back. Send him back.
Oh my god! Every time they have all this confetti over them, and I'm like thinking, like, holy shit, are there tacks in the ring? Like that's where my mind is going.
Can you guess where that comes from?
Gold dust.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Which, by the way, I think I'm going to go on the record and say it. Top three theme for me.
Gold dust?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love his entrance music. I'd probably put Taker 1, just in terms of iconic. You don't need to hear anything else. And I would put Stone Cold on that level. I don't like his theme as much as Taker's. I think Taker's is more epic. I put Shawn 2. I think I might put Goldust 3.
Wow.
I just love that entrance music. I think it's absolutely brilliant for the character. It's almost like, how did Jim Johnston come up with that and Owens at the same time? Like, how did that?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Unless he blew it all on the. He just blew it all on the
so to speak.
Yeah, basically.
I think you could sum it up as right now, like Owen still didn't really know his place just yet. Like I don't know how to phrase that better, but like Goldust is such a defined character.
Well, but John, this is 96. If he doesn't know who his character is going to be by now, what are we doing? And that's as we talked about earlier, that's not his fault. he's not being booked properly.
Yeah, no, but I think
his character isn't being given time to develop the way Goldust's was.
I don't know if it's fair because I think that's apples and oranges. I think
exactly.
I think Goldust is much more of a character, and Owen is just who Owen is.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And it's hard to write music for just. It's hard to write music for someone that's just a dude, whereas Goldust is like a concept. That was my point.
That makes sense.
And
on the favorite theme that you were just talking about, I have two different lists: favorite and best open. My favorites are Shawn, Macho Man, and Ric Flair, because you know exactly what's happening as soon as those music hits. Same thing, sort of, but with my other three: Undertaker, Stone Cold, and The Rock. I will never pop harder when I hear the gong, the glass, or do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Instantly. But when I hear Shawn, I'm fucking I'm like, this is going to be great. Same thing with Macho Man, and obviously Flair is fuck. I have a Flair robe.
Oh my god.
By the way, Owen, good pick, John. Owen is incredible on this.
He's just like, ring the bell. So fucking good. So good. He as he was setting up, he was like describing. He's like, well, that's gonna tear his rotary cuff out. You're not coming back from that. There's no way. Like, just fucking working it so good.
Somehow there's still 12 minutes left of this match.
Well, there's some fun.
There's some gaga at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going pee now.
Cornette's tie is just like a woman's face. It's a great tie, but it's just I think it's Marilyn Monroe, just a cross section. Nice.
Man, she's just not great.
I think she's feeling. She looks like a robot. She looks like an animatronic.
Actually, a robot? Is that what you're saying? Actually,
yeah.
Can't tell.
You think that Owen's sister is fake?
I'm not saying Shawn Michaels isn't a great champion. I'm not saying he doesn't have a lot of heart. I'm just saying he's not as good as the British Bulldog.
Perfectly said.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Mick Foley looks like he's in the audience right now, behind the woman in the teal shirt. Did you see that?
Yes.
Straight up looked like Mick Foley is watching the match.
Oh, now I gotta look for him. Come on.
Yeah, look, the guy behind the woman in the teal shirt. Woman in the teal shirt.
Oh
right
my
in the
god!
center. It looks like Mick Foley's there.
It might actually be
the match.
Whoa!
Look at the woman in the teal shirt.
I see him. Yeah. Oh my god, Justin, do you know who that actually could be? And I'm not joking. That looks like Rick Rubin. And Rick, I don't know if everyone else knows this, Rick Rubin, famous producer, huge WWE guy. Giant. That could be fucking Rick Rubin. Come on. That one fucking thing is in the way of his eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see that? It never moved.
Perfect, yeah. This has been a really good match, though, just in general.
Good choice, John. Good choice. I never would have thought of it to do this.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear that?
Shout out to Wrestling with Regret. It's a YouTube channel that I followed. I was looking up just Owen matches, and this he had a top 8 Owen moments that I looked into, and this came up, and I was like, that's fun. I was like, why don't we do that?
And it has been. This has been great, just having him on commentary.
Because it shows that other level to him. He's not just a great wrestler.
Well, it shows that he can talk.
Yes.
Yep.
He was just never really given the opportunity to.
he just had so much stuff that he could have done. So much stuff.
Well, the question too always becomes like, look at someone like Chris Jericho, who in '99 you could say was sort of in the same spot,
he is like a
upper
Chris
mid-card
Jericho
player as Owen, and now look at what Jericho is, and it's like shit.
I really think that's a great comparison. Actually, I think Jericho is a good. I don't know how to put it, like fantasy or like what Owen could have been, like in that way. Like they had a similar trajectory.
As they say in the one of our favorite podcasts, Rewatchables, he was market corrected.
Yep.
Owen came, and then Jericho fixed the market.
Yep.
He became what Owen would have become.
Because I can see Owen with the list. Like he is the type of guy that could pull off that gimmick. Point. Like he could pull off that gimmick. Like
here was what's cool about
bar
Owen.
None.
Owen could have done the list in WWE, and then let his contract run out, and then 2 months later gone to New Japan and been a completely different character. The way Jericho became Alpha Jericho or whatever it was, like to fight Kenny Omega. He became a totally different character. Did I pay? Like that's what Owen would have done. Like he would have had that skill. He had that ability. Dude, can you imagine? Okay.
Illegal move.
Holy shit. Again, if Owen is in WWE in 2016 having a feud with fucking Kevin Owens, are you fucking kidding me? Who he named his kid after.
Oh,
okay, that wasn't. I don't think that was. I don't know. I think that might have been a purposeful watch. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a botch. Okay, and then Owen goes to Japan and does the blue fucking blazer gimmick. Like, that. Yes.
Here's the
fucking.
We
the blue blazer would have had its own Twitter and Instagram, but Owen would have had his own Twitter and Instagram, and he would have been like doing both, but totally different things. Like, wow, I'm in Vancouver too. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, they do some funny stuff with the blue blazer, where Jeff Jarrett comes out as the blue blazer a couple times to make people think that Owen is not, or whatever.
We would have got all that shit just so much better and more fun, and
which is something that I actually learned when I was doing research for this, was that Jeff Jarrett and Owen have like a pretty. Jeff Jarrett becomes Mr. Don't Piss Me Off or some bullshit like that, and him and Owen have a pretty good run as tag team champs. They are pretty great heel tag team champs. So
they are, because everybody hates both of them if they want you to. Jeff Jarrett just nuclear heat. Superplex.
That was brutal though. The way he threw him at the end.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yep. But one thing I was going to mention is like talking about fantasy booking or whatever. You know, just talking about matches that I would have loved to see Owen in. I can't think of a more like perfect Italiano like meatball like perfect match than him versus Kurt Angle. I would have I would pay a lot of money today to be able to see that match. Yeah. You know, genuinely. Yeah.
We all talk about that a lot though. Like who would we want to see Owen with? Or even like, not to make it about his brother, but Brett versus Kurt. And
right.
Or if you want to go wild, you could in a Hart Foundation versus Team America.
Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was run back the Canada America angle with Kurt fucking Angle as the captain of Team America.
With John Cena on that team.
John Cena would be the last addition too. It would be we just need that one person to put us over the edge.
Yep. Honestly.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where it's sort of bittersweet to talk about it, but I think it is something worth talking about. Is just who the matchups today that he would have had great.
Forget today. Forget today. Owen versus Eddie.
Owen versus Ray.
Edge.
Oh my God.
I can think of one today that would be really good, which is Andrew jogged my memory about this. Him versus Jericho. right now.
Oh my god!
Like that would be fucking
Dude.
because they have the same like energy. They really do. I never really connected that until you said that, Andrew. But they really do. They have the same type of just.
If
I don't
he
even know what to
wants you
say.
love him, you'll love him.
Love him.
If he wants you to hate him, you'll hate him.
And you don't
Because
have a
that's-
choice.
You don't have a choice because he'll
Like-
do and say things that are so whatever.
That was fucked.
Ow.
Holy
He's gonna have a
shit.
headache tomorrow.
That's a
drink on
concussion.
death.
Yeah.
That was awesome. He
I gotta get
twitched.
another beer.
Yeah, he's dead. He twitched.
Yeah, I'm at dude. Owen versus Eddie, Owen versus Kurt, Owen versus Edge, Owen versus Jericho. I mean,
I'd like
they
to
write themselves.
I'd like to see Owen Cena. I'd like to see, you know what? I'd like to see
Cena's a lot of
Owen.
shit.
Hold on, ready? Hold on. Owen versus late career Sean. Revenge for
Or-
my brother in a
Motherfucker.
Hell in a Cell. No rules. You can't fast count. You can't make any bullshit. You bring the whole thing. You bring the Hart family back. You bring everybody. You do it in Canada. You make Sean the absolute villain. And then he super kicks his fucking head off. And 1, 2, 3.
Oh, or here's one. Here's one. Owen versus AJ Styles.
Ooh, there we go.
Very interesting.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking because
Oh.
Owen would try to ground and pound, and AJ would try to be high flying, but then they would try to do the opposite. So Owen would be all high flying, and AJ would try to be grounded and pounded.
Sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry. Fucking Owen Hart pulling perfect out of the ring.
That's so good. What are you doing? How do you do
He's
that?
immediately in the ring. Immediately.
You can't do that.
Oh, Owen. See, this is what always happens. Like, he always just gets...
Oh, it's fine. Oh my god, I
This
love
is
the.
why people don't remember how good he
No,
is, because at the end, he always ends up getting his butt kicked, or he ends up looking
was a heel.
silly.
He was a heel.
Well, right, and I get that, but... missed Insiguri. A figure 4.
No, but watch.
Oh, God. He's dead. What the fuck?
They're
What
just
is
getting
going
fucking
on?
manhandled. There's
There-
two
okay.
of you.
In real life, this fight would have been
there's the
over in
Insiguri.
1 second. Like, the idea that Shawn Michaels is beating up both of these guys is insane. And they're doing moves.
Well, now they
This
got
is a
it. Now they
fight.
got it.
You're not supposed to,
I absolutely.
but you're not supposed to.
Okay, the fact that
So silly.
like you said to Andrew earlier, you're like, oh, that's planting a seed, blah blah blah. I wonder what's gonna happen. Great, because
Mhm.
there was literally not a moment of hesitation from Owen. Not a
Yeah.
second went by
Yeah.
that he did not immediately go to the ring, which is like perfect. Like that's a perfect. I don't know for him
Ahmed
to
Johnson.
yeah, and then
Why did
you
the
know,
British Bulldog wait?
and
He was
and
like
Vader.
a ninja in James
It's
Bond movie. He's
Vader.
like, all right, do that move. Now I'll hit you.
Is Vader on their side? Okay, I guess.
I don't. Why would he
He's
do
Team
this?
Cornette.
This is so weird.
He's Team Cornette.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's,
that's
right.
right,
He's
yeah.
Team Cornette. Because
This
this
is
is
the
before
managers-
Canada, America. This is before
Yeah,
Canada.
and this is also when managers had multiple. It's almost like the Jimmy Hart thing. They had multiple wrestlers that only got together when it meant something.
Right. All right. Are you guys good with this? Are we?
We're good
we
with
have to
this.
watch saga?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, what do we got?
That's fine.
What do we got next?
So next, we will have to look up In Your House, Season 3, Episode 4. When you guys all get there, I'll give you the timestamp.
All right, cool. Let me get there.
So that was fun. That was cool. I
was
really
fun.
liked that.
That was a good. I liked how we did really short match followed by a long kind of thing.
Yes. Yep.
And season 4, you said?
Yep.
Hold on. Sorry. One
Season
sec.
3,
Yep.
episode 4.
Season 3, Episode 4.
Oh, okay, hold on. My cock is taking a little bit longer to get going.
That happens when you get older.
Fuck you.
Yeah. 106.
Literally, that was like that wasn't a softball. That was on a tee. Like,
I'm aware.
Truly.
So am I.
Okay, everybody. Yeah.
Season 4, episode.
We are looking at
episode 4.
Yep, we are looking for a timestamp for all you wonderful people at home and us included.
Hold on 1 second here.
Timestamp.
I would like to say
yes.
106:43.
Yep.
And I will say we do miss right before this timestamp is the Cranberries singing the Canadian national anthem, which we did miss in this timestamp, but that's okay.
I didn't know who it was, and I was like, I don't know who that is.
No, or it's either the Cranberries or the Carpenters. I think it's the Cranberries. It's
not the Carpenters.
No, the Carpenters are long dead at this point.
Yeah, Karen Carpenter.
Oh, are they?
Dead. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
103 what?
106:43.
All right, hold on. Here I come. I hit the wrong button and went all the way.
We'll probably cut this in the final product.
No, we won't.
Nope.
This is why it's fun.
Fair enough. Yeah, gives it the
the
authentic vibe.
Well, here's the other thing. Everybody else, if you're listening along, which we hope you are, and if you're not, well, I hope you enjoy our stupid banner. You're trying to do this too. You're getting to the point, and you're like, what did he say? 106:43.
Yep.
106. Thank you for saying it again, because I totally forgot what it was.
I rest my case. I fucking
Numbers
rest
are hard.
my case why we keep this in.
106:43.
I wish I could show you guys. Through a glass door, 10 feet away from me, the valet is reorganizing her whole fucking closets. 2 huge fucking closets. I'm looking at just a pile of. I gotta go get another beer, and I'm like, I'm not going in there.
All right, I am locked up. Our cocks are locked and loaded.
Cocks are locked.
We are in full cock charge. Okay, so quick little background. This is In Your House Canadian Stampede. Basically, this is fast forward to what we were just kind of watching with the start of the America versus everyone else angle.
Oh, it's not the start.
They really honed it in to Canada, USA. This is what we would call the pinnacle of it. This is the explosion. Exactly. This is it. This is where we get it all together. And being that this is an Owen-centric episode, pay attention to Owen in this match, because he's fucking awesome. So,
and I want to say, too, also, this is kind of where we started, wasn't it?
This was okay. Real peek behind the scenes, real quick. When this very first started, we did not do episodes in order. We just picked random pay-per-views. This was one of the first 2 that we picked to ever do this. Because I was like, guys, this match fucking rules. We have to watch this. And I was about to say this before John said that, the pops for the Canadian guy, the Canadian team, just insane. Just listen and watch the crowds. It's crazy. They go, as Pat Patter would say, they go fucking banana.
Just banana.
Banana.
Just banana. One banana.
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 All right. So, 106:44. You're going to see a big outshot of the crowd. We will go in 3, 2, 1, play.
I love the fact that he's wearing a cowboy hat.
It's the Calgary Stampede.
I got it.
Well, for the people at home, the Calgary Stampede was a 2-week cowboy festival. Is the best flipping way I can think to say it.
Well, I love it because it really is simultaneously such an American thing, but also somehow a Canadian thing. The cowboy hat.
Oh, hey.
True.
There's Bruce.
Boo. Bruce Hart is a goof. Bruce Hart is a goof.
I have something to say when we get to our final match of the night. I'll talk a little bit about the.
I'm excited. That's what we call a big league tease right there. I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Yep.
I like that you took notes and did research. This is awesome.
Yeah, shout out when I get there. Well, I'll do my shout out when I get there. But yeah.
Love it.
So Americans coming out first.
Speaking of my favorite. We're not going to get the best part of it, but that's okay. Are
Yeah,
we?
because they definitely cut them short.
No, we got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
He's the best. I mean,
Oh, he looks like
the
a badass.
character is just so good.
It's awesome. It's
And
I mean, like,
and that's the thing. The slower frame rate is.
yeah, they got the
Everything
aesthetic.
about And I
This
just
was a
love
big,
it. It goes into the modulates the key.
I always love to give him credit. This was a big Bruce Pritchard thing. He was a big part of the character of Goldust and androgynous, pal. We need him to be androgynous.
One of my favorite stories, though, is Dustin accepting the job and then as soon as he's getting off the phone, going to a dictionary and looking up what androgynous means.
Yeah.
Hey.
That sounds good. I'll play an androgynous guy. What the fuck is that?
People are still
it's
kind
good.
of popping for Ken Shamrock. I mean, there's some thumbs
Because
down, but they like
he
people are
crossed
still
over.
like, yeah,
He crossed over because people who like wrestling liked UFC and stuff at this time a lot
Yeah.
more. There wasn't as much of a division.
Shamrock rocks.
Foundation sucks.
And Shamrock does rock.
He does. Thanks, ladies. And a little. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh shit! I forgot LOD was. Oh, they
What
still
a
get
rock.
they still get a pop.
They
They
of
absolutely.
course.
Yeah.
Of
No
course.
one is hating on LOD, which is
No.
awesome.
I just love, and if we were going to do one major critique to WWE today, forget pandemic WWE because that's that's not.
No,
I
of
think
course.
some of the stuff they've done.
That
has been
goes without
perfect.
saying. From here on out, we think about it with crowds and full
Yeah.
arenas.
And I think it's so fun. Like happy that and I think some of the stuff they've done during the pandemic has been fantastic. I know it's cool to hate them right now, and they earn it sometimes. But one thing I would love, please bring
Ass.
back. Please bring back the sets.
Yeah.
Make me
Thank you.
care that it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah,
He still gets a pop.
It doesn't need to be wild. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be crazy. It doesn't need to be.
Just change it up
super
so it doesn't
extravagant.
look the same every single
Every
time.
time.
Yeah, please, for the love of God, make me care that it's SummerSlam.
Just,
Make me
Yeah.
care.
They just got $1 billion from the Peacock.
yeah.
Make some fucking sets. Like,
Yeah, I mean, for
put
me,
some fucking money in. And they can't say, oh, we're cutting costs, we're doing this. Bring the fucking sets back.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just the aesthetic. It matters.
It does. I agree.
I agree.
Have you guys heard the rumor? Now we are speaking in June of 2021 here that in 2022, because Boston, due to the virus and all that shit, lost SummerSlam,
Look at that pop.
we might be getting Le Royal Rumble.
Well, that's sick.
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if we all do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here comes Pillman.
Hell yeah. The
Yeah.
craziest
Brian
motherfucker
Pillman.
there is. Love me some Brian Pillman. I want that shirt, too. I really want that shirt.
A wild card.
Yeah. Love that shirt. I have my eyes on 2 shirts right now. That's one of them. And the other is a vintage $1 million man shirt where he's stuffing the money into the guy's mouth.
You still haven't got it yet? You brought that up last episode.
You did.
It's on my list.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Dude, the tops are huge.
I like that they're
Nasty
standing at the top of the ramp, too. Like,
Yeah.
this is truly gang warfare.
We're all we're not we're a team.
Exactly.
Family values. Look at that.
Awesome.
This is like genuinely from my memory like one of the most heated
It's
matches.
like Venus.
Heated.
Hot sauce?
Yeah, this is nuclear.
Yeah.
The only thing I think that has more than this is that one night stand. John Cena versus Rob Van Dam.
Interesting.
You guys have never seen that. John Cena is a full-on full heel because the crowd. So you know he takes his shirt off, throws it in the crowd.
Yeah.
Crowd throw it right back 10 times. he just kept throwing it out, and they'd throw it back.
There he is. Look at that fresh cut.
Look at him.
With the slammies.
Of course.
And the belt.
I mentioned this earlier, but at this point in time, every entrance, whether it was for a match or just coming down the ring to support somebody, slammies in both hands.
Guys.
And the belt around their waist.
If there really is a Royal Rumble and we go to it in next year or whatever, can we all get fucking leather jackets and go as the guy from Hart Foundation?
Don't have
Jordan,
to fucking
ask me. Sleeves
twice.
off like the bulldog.
Yeah,
like, it'll be dope.
You don't have to fucking tell me twice, bro.
You can come in with the slammies, John. We'll make you a couple slammies to run around.
Yeah,
with.
dude, absolutely. When we were in the midst of watching this, actually, when I went to Montana last year, and I was bringing in groceries from this. I don't know if you remember this, Andrew. I was bringing in groceries, and I'm the type of guy, one trip every time. So I had a bunch of groceries around my arms, and I had my girlfriend take a picture and send it to Andrew, and I was like, huge Owen vibes right now. With
it was great. It was awesome. He had probably 10 bags in each hand. It was just like, nope, doing it.
Okay. One trip.
I love it. I just love it. The heels are fucking awesome.
This is what.
Good.
Okay,
ass.
Yep, ass.
I've always said it. Like when wrestling is bad, it's fucking terrible. But when it's great, like nothing's more entertaining. You don't need any backstory than what we just saw. Nope. A bunch of dudes from America versus a bunch of dudes from Canada, and we're in Canada. Let's go.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's it. It's like Predator. A bunch of guys go in the jungle, fight an alien. I'm in.
And also, the Canadian dudes are also Americans. So, hey.
Did you see that sign?
What did it say?
LOD, ladies in drag.
Dad's like, I wanted glasses.
Yeah. Brett.
Oh man, Brett's theme is so great too.
Yeah, I know, and that's why it makes it even more disappointing that Owens is not so great. You know,
like just do it like a minor third up, and all of a sudden you got like the brother. You know, you've got
no one would know. No one would know the difference. Yeah, truly. There you go. It's funny because it's one of those things where it's like I can see what they were going for. They were so close to making it good. It just didn't land.
Didn't work.
Yeah, didn't work.
I love it. I love reading their lips, and it's just fuck you the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, they're so good. They're so good. I know we're talking about Owen, but fuck, Brett is so good.
Brett, I mean, genuinely, pretty much everyone in this ring
is great.
Maybe except for Anvil. And
no,
Pillman.
He's doing his thing. He's a role player.
He is. You know what? You're right.
He's good at being a powerhouse. Nothing else.
Nope.
Nothing else. Literally nothing else.
But that's okay. You didn't need him to do anything else.
That's true.
Well, in the 80s, when he was with Brett as a tag team, he was the hot tag. Like, Brett would go and do all the work. Then Anvil would come in, and Anvil would just wreck house. And it's like, that's all he had to do. He never had to learn to be a good wrestler.
Yeah. It's something that always interests me about this match. Again, peeling back the curtain for a second. We've probably watched this like 2 or 3 times now.
This is the third time.
It always interests me that they start with Brett and Austin, arguably the 2 hottest people right now.
Interesting. That's a good point.
Yeah, good point.
And I'm trying to remember the rest of the card and if they wrestle later, but I don't think
this is the main event.
Oh yeah.
No, but they do. So I think so. This is. I love that too. Yep. So this is Canadian Stampede is what the first half of '97. So I believe that
Yeah, hold on, I'll look it up.
I think. Well, no, this must have been after SummerSlam because this is when Brett is champ again.
Yes.
Right.
So
Yeah, this is like the September pay-per-view, I think. I got no, July 6th.
July. Okay,
July 6th.
so then Brett's not champ yet.
No. Taker.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The belt I saw was the Intercontinental belt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and because Owen is Intercontinental champion right now. Okay, so then, but they still haven't gotten. So they've already had Mania 13. They've had the Survivor Series match, which if you haven't seen it, Survivor Series 96 is great. But yeah, okay. So then this is kind of the end of the Austin Brett storyline then.
Yeah, pretty much.
And right,
I know it wasn't a botch, but that was a terrible Luthez press.
Yeah, didn't look great.
It wasn't. It just wasn't good. The submission specialist.
Neidhart's like trying to like square up like an actual fighter.
It
looks so silly. What are you doing?
It's going on.
Oh my god. What a perfect
Whoa.
oh my god, my favorite phrase. Martial arts kick. As opposed to what fucking kick, JR? Like what other kind of kick is there?
Hey, listen, it wasn't as big then. Okay?
Yeah.
It wasn't as big then.
What, martial arts? Yeah, because the Karate Kid hadn't been out yet.
No, UFC, asshole. UFC was not this
I
big
know, but like, just call it a kick. What I'm saying is like a martial art kick is like
What?
redundant. It's redundant, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like it's a boxing punch. Yo, yeah, we're watching a boxing match. I know.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just saying that you have to remember he's not talking to you.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
1996 you. He's in 1996.
I was 1 year old.
Seven rather.
2 year
Oh
old.
my god, I was 11.
I was 6. Nope, I was 7. I'm sorry.
You can count, it's all right.
Yeah, hey, call me.
And you can count on me.
Pillman just spit on his face.
I love it.
Pillman's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, one thing I'm really glad we're not going to do on the podcast is quite possibly the most awkward storyline I've ever seen in my life.
Glad we skipped it.
We just missed it.
Skipped it.
Just missed it.
He made him tap. That's so funny. Man. Pillman's another one I wish other than that we could have seen more of.
Yeah.
Other than that, I wish we could have seen more of. He really is like a proto Dean Ambrose. Like just a fucking nut.
This
Just
is what
a
Dean
nut.
Ambrose becomes. Yeah. Well, hold on. John Moxley.
He really, honestly, yeah, that's
Flex.
more accurate. Yep. It's Flex.
And here's your
Here
boy.
he is. Internet. Look at that fresh cut, too.
John, you should do your hair like that.
Mm-mm. Can't rock it.
You can't fuck with the wizard vibes, dude.
Can't,
Hold on, but
yeah,
you don't
thank
know
you.
until you've tried. You got to at least try.
I'm working on the wizard vibe. Thank you, Justin. You understand.
Well, let me tell you something, John. You're
Yeah.
doing a very good job because
I
you
know.
look very wizardy.
I know. That's the fucking vibe. Insaguri. Yeah, even fucking JR noticed.
I would be down with making Owen and Saguri a rule for the regular program.
I must say, though, the haircut's not very good.
You don't think so?
No, it's actually not. It's fresh, but she didn't do a good job.
No, I can see the cut lines.
The top right of his head.
I see what you're saying. Okay, so
It's like
style is good, execution is not good.
Yeah,
Is what you're
exactly.
saying. Okay, got it. All right, I haven't really looked at the execution.
Especially the back of his head. There's a line on the back of his, like right before the bottom of his head.
Holy
It looks
shit.
like he wore a helmet and she cut it.
Yeah. And then she was like, all right, let me finish it.
And then look, on his right side of his head, it's two.
Well, I shouldn't say she. I have no idea who cut his head.
It's true.
So.
It's true.
They.
Looks like it might have been Stu.
Well, far be it to, I don't want to poo-poo the stylist in the back.
John over here just being like, this old man can't cut hair no more.
Yeah. I just feel like that's the type of like Stu would be like, we're not going to a fucking hairdresser. I'll cut your fucking hair. Hairdresser? Barber? What the fuck are you talking about?
He wouldn't even say hairdresser.
Hey, sharpshooter.
Yeah. Sharpshooter. Still counts.
Yep, it counts.
Yeah, we finished the word before they broke it up, so.
Yep.
I fucking love JR. I fucking love JR.
Look at the strike. Look at the strike.
He's another one. Brings the excitement. Oh,
Yeah,
never deny it.
Ah, shit.
Like,
British Bulldog is actually fucking tapped. Like, it's insane.
Boy, he's just
a beast.
I love how Goldust broke that up and not Animal.
I know.
I was like, wait a minute.
I feel like it was like someone's got to do it.
I guarantee Animal looked over at Goldust and went, "Do it. I'm saving my energy.
I need a second." Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
300 pounds.
Oh man, that's sad. I just had a really sad thought.
Oh, don't do it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I know what the thought is. Don't say it. Just don't, because we're all getting sad.
All right.
I know what you were gonna say.
You're gonna figure it out if you know what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
Don't think about it.
All right. Then should we do it in honor? Another one.
Drinking on death.
Drinking on death.
The entire Hart Foundation.
Basically, everyone except for two people.
Yep. The two people in this ring, actually.
The people in the ring are alive right now.
No, there's 5. So out of the 10 people in this match,
the three people in the ring are still alive.
Six are dead out of the 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone right now.
Ass. Drinking on ass.
Literally everyone in the picture right now is dead. That sucks.
Holy shit!
Guys, he's dead.
Now it's just a brawl.
I love it. It's a brouhaha.
Yeah.
I like if you're watching with the commentary, it just says indistinct.
Yeah. We don't even know what the fuck is going on.
It is a brouhaha. Pummeled.
What a good word.
Yep. All right, Owen, put it away.
Dude, John, you don't remember what happens?
No.
Oh, excellent. Then you're going to love this.
I still love that Owen's tights say Slammy winner.
Yep.
2-time Slammy winner. Does it say 2 times?
What I love about it, yeah, I believe so. What I also love about it is, Owen was like, put the 2-time Slammy winner on those. Flying leg kick. Spinning heel kick, sorry.
Yeah. When you said flying leg kick, I kept being like, what does he really mean?
Yeah.
And
I'll drink on missile drop kick. I'll drink on that. And I'll drink on a fucking kip up. Don't mind if I do.
Win.
I mean, this is the Owen episode. I'm drinking on everything. That's
true.
He's killing it too. And guess what, guys?
He is.
2 fucking awesome matches to go.
Yeah. 2.
This is for a non pay-per-view match. This is a long episode.
Yeah. I mean, I think they gotta be. Like you can't.
This is gonna be one of those ones where we put out on like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Like where it's special.
Doomsday Device.
Yep.
Do it. Love it. Ooh, he landed funny.
Yeah. Taka is God. Yes, he is. I'm drinking.
Drink on that side.
Someone just straight up threw a beer at Stone Cold.
Of course they did.
That's fair. They knew already. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Even though you missed.
This particular moment is great for what we're about to watch next.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Good point, John.
Holy
Bruce
shit!
Hart.
Bruce Hart.
We like actually stumbled in to a very good sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like we did. There was thought put into it. Don't get me wrong, but like I think it turned out better than we thought it was going to.
Yeah. Well, when I gave you that first like idea of the order list, it was like, let's start with little things, but then let's get to the coolest things he did. The three best things that we all kind of agree he did. And this, the next one, and the next one, like it is.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for I just kicked your leg out of your leg.
Oh my god, I know.
So one of your favorite moments ever.
You gotta see it. Yeah, that we're gonna have to stick around for.
Yeah. Oh, it's right after it. I looked ahead. Nice. Right. So Owen's gone, right? Owen had to go to the back.
Yep.
Because he's hurt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? Look at him. Look at him. Just so good. Just
yeah. I mean
everything about this is just fantastic. Oh. He lashes.
Oh yeah, ass. Drinking on ass. I remember this.
Yeah, a lot of ass.
Tillman. What a goober.
Yeah. We're about to see Pillman's third eye.
Hey, JR or King making an ass out of him again.
Yep, there you go.
Austin's like, yep, let me help you get over there.
Yeah, hold on.
He's like scooting over.
God damn. Andrew, I know you're a hater, but fuck, Brett is good.
Yeah.
What? Don't call me a hater just because he's not the best. That's so lame. He's like the fifth best wrestler ever, but he's not better than Shawn Michaels. He's just not. Ow, that's going to hurt. Ow.
Yeah, that actually has to hurt.
He didn't even hit his...
All right, can we talk about this for a moment though? Genuinely one of the actually like most brutal looking moves ever.
This right here? Oh, I know, dude.
And actually like looks like it would hurt you physically. I mean that's got to be top 10 easy. Top 5.
Yeah. Well, okay, but hold on, because I that's a very distinctive like unique, weird, crazy move. A power bomb would fucking kill you.
All right. Okay. All right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. You're right. You're right. How do I quantify that?
How do you quantify that? Right. Like, because
I don't even know.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Maybe just submissions. That's
the most brutal way to get somebody to try to tap out. But you also have to remember that if it's no holds barred, because that's illegal. That's an illegal move. Actually, illegal move.
Yeah, speaking of that.
Wouldn't be a match in 1996 without a nut shot. So
you need a cock shot.
Well, now that we're on the Cock Network, they're no longer nut shots, they're cock shots.
Cock shots, correct. Done and done. Yep.
There are cock shots.
I hope someday we get picked up by a network and they're like, you can say anything but cock.
Yeah. Well, we refuse that.
Exactly.
We got to pass. Call it the cock.
It's the Cock Network. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is, man. I didn't make it.
I would even do something where like you have to. If they were like you have to say peacock, I'd be like, it's the get your peacock's ready.
Yeah,
get your
peacock
ready.
Right, your peacock.
Get your peacock ready.
Your peacock.
What a stupid name for streaming service.
Here's another one of my least favorite things in wrestling. Tests of strength are so dumb.
It's a wrestling move. They're tired.
Oh, it's so dumb. You're not even doing anything. None of you are doing anything. You're just looking around like idiots. Like you're holding hands like little girly men.
Like it's one of those things I think could work if you did it right, but they never do. They never do it like that.
This is a good move. That's legit.
Man, I know we make fun of it, but fuck, in 97 were they over, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
In Canada? Are you kidding? Of course. everything they did, they got cheered for.
This was always a match I like to see too. These two.
Brett and Ken. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're a good style clash. Well, not a style clash. Their styles mesh well because they're
What
both.
exactly was he doing?
Trying to figure out the
Turning the
sharpshooter.
angle? Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, he was trying to figure out Jeff Jordan. Good call. He was trying to figure out the sharpshooter.
Yep.
But that's what's always funny to me about the sharpshooters. People's like, it's such an intricate move to put in. It's like, not really. You put your leg and you twist and then you spin and it seems pretty easy. But
You
it's
just gotta go to your right.
right. It goes back to the same thing about during a ladder match. Somehow they just forget how to climb.
Yeah.
Like, it's
They
just-
just don't
and
know
all
what
of a
to
sudden
do.
they're like, oh, wait, I gotta put a leg up first and then another arm and then pull up further. Like when earlier in the match they ran up the
Don't you dare hit me
ladder.
in the cock.
Yeah, they're ready to go up.
Don't
But
you
he's
dare
doing
hit
it
me in the
again.
cock.
Oh, he's gonna cock punch him. There's a lot of cock punching going on.
I like how Ken Shamrock was like in a "I'm gonna punch you" stance, and then it became like a "I'm gonna grab you."
I like it.
Hey man, I do love a good lockup.
Look, I make fun of today's product a lot, but at least it's more high energy.
Oh,
It's a lot of slow stuff going on. That probably hurt.
Yeah, I don't mind slow stuff. It's got to be a wave.
I'm with you there. I agree with that.
Get out of here.
This match is just chaos, and I love it.
yeah.
Well, that's why we love this match because it is chaos, and even though
But it is organized.
That
Oh,
I was
right.
about to say, Justin. Like it's
Right.
methodical though.
it's the best to me because of what they did with Owen and Austin. Get rid of them, let these guys fight it all out, and then bring them back for the big finish.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, people, that's a match that's 24
Oh,
years
come on.
old.
You've all seen this.
Yeah. Hopefully. And if not,
Well,
I mean, we
yeah,
kind
but
of
if you-
we even talked about it a little bit before.
If you're listening to this podcast, you've watched a Cultaholic video, or you've watched a What Culture, and they've talked about this, or you've watched Wrestling with Regret. They've talked about this. They always spoil it because it happened before you were probably born.
Yep.
Just fucking.
Yeah, I don't think this podcast is for first time viewers.
That's a good point.
It literally can't be.
I'm going to stop doing that because I always want to say, like, oh, spoiler alert, don't, you know.
I mean, here's what you should be. Here's what you should be wary
Oh,
of.
you know what's going on.
I mean, there are things that I have missed. So coming up, you want to keep secret.
Oh,
But
That was a
right.
botch.
I missed that actually.
Oh, dude, that was a botch.
Oh,
I'll drink
God.
though. I trust you.
Yeah. Come on.
That was no. They were doing a running bulldog, and Bulldog just decided to jump out
It
of
was
his
like
head.
it was like a DDT. Like,
Concern.
Well, there's only one face for that woman.
Yeah.
Although I guess that was a joke.
She has like a tiara on too. It's like,
Hey, she's Miss Calgary, dude.
I guess, yeah.
that's true.
Hey, and only Canadian men get to have cocks.
Whoop.
We've gone after every American's dick.
Yeah, it's true.
They're Canadian cock lovers.
But it
Do
is
it.
fun. That only two members of the Hart Foundation are Canadian. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, Pillman's not, Anvil's not,
We don't talk
and
about
Davey Boy's
that.
not. Good point.
And Davey's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
good
Davey
point.
Boy's at least not like,
He's
I don't
not
know.
American either. though.
it's obvious, right? Like you're like,
They
okay,
all-
I mean, that
With the
was,
exception of Brian, they all married in the family.
yeah.
Well, the non-Canadians married in the family.
Yeah.
How's that? Is that better? Because Bret
Yeah,
Hart
which
didn't
is
marry
fine. I mean, you can, here's the thing, like, it's not the Canadian Foundation, it's the Hart Foundation. They're
That's
just
true.
a
Good point.
Canadian-based thing, you know. So it's the Hart family, so that tracks. But yeah, it is worth mentioning.
But that, like, in America,
Kick me
okay,
out.
so just this is what I thought of. In America, for like our United States men's national soccer team, we
Yeah.
have guys named Gonzalez and all kinds of stuff. They're American, but their families were from Mexico. That's how I think about it with these guys. They're Canadian. Yeah. They might be from Michigan, but Jim the Anvil Neidhart's Canadian as far as I'm concerned.
I will say also, a lot of Canadian, Michigan people pretty much consider like it's interchangeable. Like they're honorary.
It's like a gray area by the Great Lakes. Where you're just like,
it actually is, yeah. They were basically.
You might as well be Canadian. If you say and you're not sarcastic about it, then you're fucking Canadian.
Yeah.
And plenty of people in Minnesota, Michigan. Minnesota, We're going up to Fargo, don't you know?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Sleeper
into the stunner. Into the stunner.
I love it. I love that.
Don't mind if we do.
It's a match stunner, though.
I'm still drinking on it. You can fucking drink to whatever I want.
I'm drinking, by the way, just in case you were wondering.
I wonder what he's saying. He's saying, get ready for the next spot.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
Why are you mentioning that? Was such a weird thing to mention, right? Like,
yep. Do you know the only reason he goes to the right is so he has to spin him around more to make the move look more dramatic? But if he just spun to the left, it would do the exact same thing.
The thumbs, the fucking... Oh, but who's that coming down the ring?
And
see, he turned to the left, and it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And nothing changed. Brett just makes it look stupid.
What a pop.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what a I love the roll. That was cool.
Why do you duck? I hate that.
Yeah, as an experienced wrestler, you should know. Bad move.
Just don't duck.
Yeah, terrible duck move.
But how do you perform a back body drop unless you do that?
Yeah,
you just going for.
You don't do it so early. Come on.
Oh, kayfabe only. Kayfabe only.
Kayfabe only.
Whoa, Bruce with the water. Don't attack Stu.
Who's gonna bite his ear off? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Stu.
John Stu would beat the shit out of Stone Cold right then and there.
I was about to say, Stu, like, live, die, or otherwise, would fight tooth and nail. Like, would
dude, he'd get him in a hold and he'd stretch his ass, like, for sure.
He's a motherfucking man, dude.
Ready?
That's the end, dog.
The big fucking hero, Owen Hart. Oh, look at Ken. By the way, you see how we just threw Bruce into that? That's because Bruce wouldn't stop hitting him. And Ken was like, fuck off, motherfucker.
Stop. Yeah, like enough.
And now I'm going to go punch your brother because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, and actually probably knock a little tooth loose, if I may. Look at this. Mayhem. Oh, look at him.
Yes.
They're not real wrestlers, guys.
I know. Oh, they were itching for it, though. You know it.
Oh.
No, dude.
Because they knew this was going to happen.
Bruce Hart wanted to fight. He wanted to. Look, people are just jumping in the ring, by the way. They not necessarily Harts are jumping in the ring. Just people.
That 90-year-old security guard is holding back Animal and Anvil at the same time.
That's how you know wrestling is totally real.
This whole thing?
Yeah. Hold it back.
The double wide?
Hold it back.
Can't cross those arms.
Dude, I don't know if you've
These
seen
are like a force field, gentlemen? You cannot cross these arms? Pandemonium. Love it.
Yeah, it's just...
That was Canadian Stampede.
That was excellent.
Beautiful.
Right. I got to run inside for a second, and then we'll start the next one.
Yeah.
Use the bathroom.
Hold on. Actually, I'll give you guys the... So we are going to Survivor Series 97, which is episode 11, season 11, episode 1. And I will be right back.
Very good.
Come on.
Do-do-do-do. Just put a pending.
Yeah.
You can edit all this part out, I would think, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Season 11. Fuck. John is so helpful. John is so fucking helpful. Every time I go to a pay-per-view, it's already there.
Not mine.
It'll be right back as well. I'm gonna take a piss.
Survivor Series, right?
Yeah. Season 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's super treatable. The hard thing I know about thyroid cancer from a coworker of mine who was much older who had it, or has it, I don't know,
All right. Okay. Are we all taking a break?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just cut this.
Editing the part out.
Yeah, we'll just edit
The
this.
magic of editing.
Magic.
Yeah, I had to be
So I'll
that.
wait till everybody comes back, and then we'll come back. Survivor Series. What did I say? Season 11.
Yep. Episode 1.
You know, the more I'm using this app, I'm finding it's actually not that hard to navigate, as long as you know what to search.
Yeah, once
know,
you
like, as
start
long
to
as you're, like-
understand the
I know I
rules.
have to put in the exact thing. It pretty much brings you right to it. You just have to figure out the algorithm.
Yeah, it just needs the match flags, like the match.
So
That's
flipping
like the one thing they really need. But other than that, I agree.
I agree. No, I'm with you, John.
Monty,
I know. Come on, Monty. Everyone can hear you.
it's a
He
very
wants, to
high
come out,
pitched.
he wants to come hang out, but I'm like, come on, dude. You're loud. I love you. I promise I love you.
156.06.
06. It'd be an outside shot. Survivor Series gang rules.
Gang
The dumbest name ever. Actually, there's a good bar trivia. Everyone remembers Survivor Series 97 as the Montreal Screwjob. What was the subtitle? That, like, gang rules. If you got that, like, that's a
you're right.
good bar one.
Yeah, once we're back in, we'll have to mention. Obviously, this is a very important and well-known Survivor
So what we'll
Series.
do is we'll just pop back in. I'm not going to do a whole like, hey, we're back.
No.
Like, oh, hey, check this out. I'll do a 3, 2, 1, Jordan, for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll just come back in like we never stopped. And then
Yeah, just say that. I
we'll be
start
like,
with the
so,
timestamp.
John. No, actually, John, I'll throw it right to you. I'll be like, all right, John. So what's next up on the old list here?
Gotcha.
Excuse me. If anyone's wondering, not that anyone is, about the Bucks and the Hawks, it's 69-69.
Nice.
That's right. Nice twice.
That's the sex number.
And listen, there's 2 of them.
Twice.
Yes. Let's go, Giannis, you big goofy bastard.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
his regular season free throw percentage was also 69%.
Holy shit, dude.
What are the odds?
Oh man, being a math teacher is tough because sometimes that number and 420 just comes up sometimes, and yeah.
Please tell me you make fun of them for
Funny.
making fun of it.
What?
Please tell me you make fun of them for making fun of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like, whoa. I'd be like, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Look at that number. Such a funny number. But in the I remember in the last days of school, like the very last day of school, there was like this game that they would want to play online, like a browser game, and it was, I forget, it's like called something stupid like Lol Beans or something like that.
Okay.
But it was basically like the premise was basically it was an obstacle course, and you'd have to try and get through the obstacle course, and your little guy was like a little bean, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
And you could lobby up. You could invite your friends and get into a game together with a bunch of random people. So I was like, all right, last day, because they loved the game. They were fucking obsessed with it. I was like, I'll play with you guys in the last few days. So we fired it up, and we all got into a lobby, and we decided, we're like, what's our team name going to be? And I don't know who said it, but someone was like, let's be the Bean Boys. Be the Bean Boys. Everyone has to be the same color, like the same look.
Yeah.
But we're all a Bean Boy with a different number. So it's all like Bean Boy 69, Bean Boy 40, Bean Boy 420, Bean Boy 420 69, like all of that. Oh, it's so funny. And then we
Bean
just
Boy
get in the game and like we would just like pick a random person to fuck with and just interfere with their game, so they couldn't like 10 or 11 dudes would just like go and swarm this guy and stop him from completing the game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny, but
that's good stuff, dude. I like that.
You gotta do stuff with that with kids. They loved it. That was funny,
especially at the end of the year. Kate's the same way. You gotta liven it up at the end of the year. It's not worth it to be like, we need to learn all this stuff. There's a great Simpson moment. We'll get started right after this, where it's the end of the school year and the bell rings and they're all running out of the thing, and then the teacher busts out and goes, "Wait! You didn't learn who won the Civil War!" And the kids all stop and they're like, "Who? We did! Yeah!" And then they run off and they go on their summer vacation. It's just like, you don't want to be that guy.
You can't. Yeah. Honestly, that's hilarious.
All right. So what we're gonna do, Justin, is we're gonna cut all this shit out. And then,
I heard it a little bit.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna come back in and then just throw it right to John, and we're just gonna start. So
cool.
All right, John, you ready?
Yep.
All right. All right, sweet. So, John, you picked the next match, event, whatever. We got Survivor Series 97. Why don't you give us a little rundown on why this is so important?
So, 97, obviously, Montreal, another very important event happens in this pay-per-view, as most people know.
True.
But this is also the culmination of a feud, which was kind of we saw the inception of in the previous match, a feud between Owen and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I forget the exact reason why they started fighting, but I can tell you that this match occurs. This is the first time Stone Cold is officially wrestling after Owen drops the tombstone on him, or pile driver rather, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Pile driver on him.
Inverted pile driver that should have been done like a tombstone, but it was actually done butt first, and that's
wrong because it broke Stone Cold's neck. Stone Cold thought he was paralyzed for a moment, but managed to roll in the worst roll-up in history, understandably. Roll Owen up and win that fight. And what followed was, as Stone Cold was recovering, was some of the best heel work probably ever from Owen. Coming out with Owen 316 t-shirt and turning around on the back saying, "I just broke your neck."
Greatest shirt ever.
Just feeding. I mean, like, you knew. I mean, like, what? I remember we watched it together for the first time again. This was before we really started the official podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But even I, knowing that Stone Cold was going to be okay, obviously, like he was. Even then, though, seeing Owen come out with the shirts and the attitude of just like, "I don't fucking care, I'll break your neck again," was like, whoa. Like the heat was real and leaned into it completely, totally took control of the narrative like a good heel should. And that's kind of the setup. Steve is now recovered. I don't know, like, if he had recovered actually sooner and it was a work up to this point that yes and no.
They kept him out of matches because it was harder to keep him out of the matches.
Yeah, right. That's kind of what I figured. But yeah, so this is the culmination of that, where Owen, this is like full heel Owen Hart. And this lends nicely into we're not going to see too many matches in this episode of the Blackheart, which kind of inspired this whole thing, which happens sort of after this night specifically.
Yeah.
And the only reason we're not doing that is because we haven't caught up to it yet. I mean, he still has some more to go in the regular running, so we're not necessarily going to show stuff later that he does. But when we get there, we'll probably do some callbacks to this.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is the kind of blow off between him and Stone Cold, and some of probably the best heel work Owen did in his career, I think. So
I agree. All right, so we are on Survivor Series 97, Season 11, Episode 1. The timestamp for all you on the Cock Network is 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 6 seconds. Give you a second to get those cocks up and hard and ready. Sorry. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1, play. D-Generation X in your house. December 7th. Okay. I had the mini circle of death for like a quarter of a second. And I was like,
Yeah, so do I. What's the timestamp again?
We are right now at 156, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Oh, sure. For Austin, you know what it is? It's emotion. He's got all of these feelings built up inside. He's been laid to rest, so to speak.
Whoop ass.
There you go. Thank you, Jordan.
done and done.
Oh, and right behind them.
I've seen that one already.
Austin's on the screen doing this.
That'd be a repeat, yeah. No, right now we get JR and Lawler talking. Oh, there we go. So I'm at 156, 57, 58, 59, 157. 157, 01, 02, 3.
So we saw this.
Perfect.
This is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Where he got stitches
Yeah.
after fighting Mark Marrow.
Yep.
Which
Beat
is
the crap out of the snake.
Yep.
They had to call the match.
He looks so weird.
The lip thing, he looks like Sloth.
Yeah.
And then we saw this. This is him. Well, okay, I should say we've seen that other on our.
We've seen all this stuff. So it's,
We have. If you're a fan of ours, you've seen those regular episodes. You've seen all this, and this is a big buildup, and we like this stuff. This was.
well, no, we weren't recording then.
We weren't recording.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind then. Look back, motherfuckers. And
Yeah.
watch your-
This is worth seeing, and if you're watching us now,
It
then,
is.
go back and check it out because
Yeah,
it is
it's-
worth looking.
Just this particular episode of Raw that they're showing was awesome. With Stone Cold out there in his backyard doing his redneck stuff.
And before Owen broke his neck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
And they love to show that clip.
They do. They fucking love to show that clip for some reason. You'd think they'd be like, let's not encourage this.
Oh man. And like
I feel you, little girl. I feel you.
And this is the whole thing too about Owen is I believe that he knew when he did that, he was like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Like I think in that moment he knew, and that's why he got around the ring and he's like, all right, hopefully he can get back up. And
hold on.
Yep.
Owen got up, knew something was wrong, but Austin said to the ref, he just broke my neck, stall him.
Yeah.
And the ref got up and said to Owen, stall. So
really? Okay.
Owen,
Gotcha.
Yes. That's why Owen was going around the ring taunting and not finishing.
Gotcha.
Then you see the ref checking on him, and eventually Owen, he was like, tell him we're going for a roll-up. And Austin
rolled him up.
crawled his ass up and did the worst roll-up you ever saw in your life. But to Owen's credit, he took it.
Yeah.
Because that's how fucking good he was.
Here's the shirt, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is just, again,
sucks too is that we just like Yeah, no one ever talks about the rest of the match, and they always show that fucking clip over and over and over again. That match was fucking awesome.
Awesome. Great match. Honestly. And it's so sad that it was that way.
Yep. It really was.
I was gonna say though, this wasn't timed with the glass.
Oh no. Yeah, a botch, do we?
Yeah, that's a botch.
Like he's gonna push the glass out. The glass was supposed to break. You know, he's standing back there waiting. And he's like, the glass didn't break.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I do? Like,
yeah, half of the skull broke, and here comes the crew to do the rest of it for them.
You know, some person like spent like all day on that fucking nice glass.
And it looks great.
Painting. It looked so good, and it just didn't break correctly. I was gonna say though, again, like, though, I can't imagine watching this for not knowing the fate of Stone Cold and seeing Owen Hart come out just like, yeah, I just broke your neck. Like, fuck you.
Amazing.
I can't imagine like seeing that and being like, what the fuck? Like, kayfabe or not, at that time, like the line was starting to blur. But even if I was a full mark, I would have been like, what the fuck? Like, that's fucked up. That's a crazy thing.
Like, wow, you got a lot of balls to be fucking taunting that in his face like that. Like,
yeah, like you seriously hurt him.
And of course, Owen ran it by Austin.
Absolutely.
But at the same point, again, we don't know that. Like, this is pre-internet.
Yeah, that's fair.
We don't. There's no internet shitty wrestling community of asshole neckbeards who are listening to this podcast, and we love each and every
one. We love
of
you guys
from the bottom of our hearts.
Because it's us. That's what we're trying to say.
That's us too. But
yeah,
we didn't exist, and we weren't going to be complaining and being annoying on the internet, so they could get away with that kind of shit.
Yep.
It's like South Park. If South Park had come out in the internet era, it never would have lasted. But it came out in a point where everyone just kind of was like, it's South Park. You can't stop them. What are you going to do?
I mean, even now.
And now they just do it. Well, now they have carte blanche. They're like, hey, Comedy Central, we dare you to not pay us.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. Like,
yeah, sorry.
So wrestling was kind of like that. It was the Wild West at this point. Because keep in mind, too, with the FCC and stuff, cable was different. Cable doesn't fall under the FCC regulations, so they could get away with more stuff. And then they'd get complaints, so they'd stop doing things because of complaints, but never because the FCC told them to. There's like good stories about that where Vince would be like, "Oh my!" The FCC sent DX the letter. We watched that one where they sent them the letter of cease and desist on saying certain things, and DX read it out loud on the air and was like, I guess we can't say beep, beep, beep. And
I would love that shirt, by the way.
Oh, I've looked for it.
It's probably impossible to find.
You got to buy it custom. They won't. They don't sell it because it's, quote, in bad taste, unquote. Yeah. But you can
whatever.
We can custom.
Whatever. Yeah.
But listen, if we're customing anything, it's the fucking leather jacket, so we can go out as the damn Hart Foundation. We're doing that. I swear to God, we're doing
don't threaten me with a good time.
And I think leather jackets are lame. But seriously. Bunch of leather jackets.
Those ones are fucking sweet.
That's what I'm saying. This is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Austin did have to sign a waiver.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Yep. And that's when he stunned JR and those guys.
Yeah, I remember this because JR just comes in and is just like, listen, man, we're your friend. We just want you to be okay. We don't want you to hurt yourself. The nicest possible that he can be. And fucking Stone Cold just stunners him immediately after that.
Just with no hesitation.
Yeah, it's just like, JR's just trying to be your friend. Also, there was an ass 316 sign.
Oh.
That's right, yeah. Team Canada won earlier in this event.
I like that he just rips it up.
I know. Yep, there it starts.
Of course. They're not going to let him get, like, it's Austin, so it's like,
Yeah.
we know we have to fuck with him because he's going to fuck with us.
Yep. Gary Markey. If your name's Gary, take a drink.
Gary. If your name's Eileen, we got an Eileen 316.
Eileen. People, yeah. Oh, man,
if there's
people
an
are.
Eileen listening to this fucking podcast, please reach out to us. Because
Come on, Eileen.
I'd love to know that. Wow.
Jordan.
I want to know you, Eileen, because you've probably lived a life so far.
Yep.
I like the that he's doing all Brett's moves. This is where you saw the Brett relation.
Yep.
Like he's using his brother's move because he's like, well, my brother used it, I'll use. Well, I don't know, you know what I mean, but
they had the same training too. I mean, that's a big thing. Great heel work too.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm walking away. This kind of blurs the line too.
Lawler just said Lawler just said Owens picked opening up a can of Hall ass.
That's pretty good. But this is a great match too because it kind of blurs the line between heel and face. That's where it kind of starts too.
Well, because people love Owen even if he's a heel, and they love.
Well, they're also in Canada, right? So Owen can do whatever the fuck he. They're in Montreal.
Yeah.
Owen can do whatever he wants and he's over. In America, here's the thing. People are booing Stone Cold here, but all the American viewers are cheering Stone Cold.
Well, right. But also, even people in Canada are cheering Stone Cold.
Yes. They're Stone Cold fans, of course.
Look, the Cessa 316, people like Stone Cold.
I would say the majority, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, Montreal, of course.
It's no one chant.
Now stable destroyed.
Yep.
Is this the main event of this episode? No. What's the main event? Oh, duh. What's the main event of this fucking pay-per-view? I can't believe I just asked that.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to forget, it's such an interesting
on it.
Yeah, it is interesting because this pay-per-view is a great pay-per-view. Yeah. And it's sort of overshadowed by what happens later.
Yep.
Owen just rang the bell.
That's the fucking best.
He's so awesome. Good. He's
so good. The thing that he's so good at is just being a wrestler. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes.
Everything he's so good at every little tiny aspect that it becomes somebody's gay.
Yeah, somebody is gay. I don't know who
Maniac Joe is gay.
All right, sorry, Joe.
I don't know about that. I don't know Maniac Joe, but with Owen, you come back and you're like, all right, you do everything right. You're not perfect on the mic, but you're pretty fucking good. You're an 8 out of 10.
Easy.
7 out of 10, whatever. You're a little smaller, but you have the aerial acrobatics that makes it so it doesn't matter. You make up for not being the strongest or the biggest by being agile.
Yeah. And also just having the posturing and training.
Yep. Here we go. That's got to be it, right?
Yep.
Bang. They protect the stunner so crazily.
Yeah.
The first few years he has it. Like, nobody ever kicks out of a stunner.
Nope.
Vernon and LaFawn are the fucking worst. Those guys suck.
I forgot how short that match is.
Yeah.
So short that I missed it all.
So it was good, but it's definitely filler to get to Brett Sean.
Did we drink on that ass 316?
I did.
I did. If you did, I did. So all right.
Still worth seeing though. because it kind of completes the picture of what we were looking at before with the Canadian Stampede and everything.
Well, here's the other thing. It shows us that Owen's good in defeat. He doesn't always have to be on top. Like,
I agree.
There are certain guys that you can't lose in like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar never looks good taking a loss. Owen looks good taking a loss. That's important.
Yeah, and Owen for the trajectory of Austin, he did have to kind of lose here.
Yes, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
But I will say this is a core problem with the booking of Owen, which is the fact that
bring it all around, baby.
This would have been a feud that could have lasted longer, in my opinion. It could have kept going.
Well, it would have if he didn't break his fucking neck.
Well, what I'm saying is that is a great heat. You could have kept this.
But you actually broke his neck.
Well, what I'm saying, fine. They worked it, so keep working it. Is what I'm saying. That's what I think. Right. I mean,
I think
they had they had lofty goals for Austin, and obviously they paid well, and that was probably the right choice. But Owen. Owen was a sort of stepping stool for Steve Austin, and as much as I hate to say it, like no matter what, you need someone to be that stepping stone. And Owen was a great. He always uplifted people. I think in the ring, he made you look good.
Yep, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Owen Hart.
He wasn't just gonna.
He look like $1 million.
Owen wasn't in and this is the key difference I think between him and Brett, which makes him a better worker. See, Owen wasn't in it for Owen. Owen was in it for us. We're gonna put on a good show, win, lose, or draw. As long as we put on a good show, that's all I care about. He did business in that way, and I think that's a good thing. Obviously, I think.
Oh no.
Oh, did he really just freeze in the middle of his
oh no!
Epic fucking Owen
work together to make it happen.
Oh, I'm sorry, John.
John, you just froze.
No,
repeat the last thing you said.
Oh man, I don't even know.
So you said
where did I leave? Where did I leave off?
The key difference is that Owen cares about us.
Yeah. And that was and it's not that Brett didn't want to do business or whatever, but you could tell Owen always cared about making a good product. And what I was kind of getting at is that can kind of be for lack of a better term, sort of toxic, and people can take advantage of that. It's well, you got to do business, dude. But he always embodied it in a way, I think that was he always cared about making the best match, not about making himself look better, if that makes sense. Well, and I think that was kind of a key difference between and Brett to some extent did that, but and we'll talk about this because they play into this in the next match we're going to look into. He just always had to be the best.
Yep.
He couldn't ever be second place. Yep. But yeah, so let's move on to the next match, which is WrestleMania 10.
Yep.
Hart versus Hart.
One of the greatest matches. One of the greatest opening matches in WrestleMania history.
So most people consider this this is a very, and I was going to talk about this. A lot of people have trouble debating what is the best WrestleMania match, but a lot of people pretty much agree universally that this match, WrestleMania 10, is the best opening match to a WrestleMania ever. And if we go down the list for a moment here, just talking about best ofs for a moment, because I mean, we have Owen Hart, which Andrew, you stated, King of the Ring 94, one of the best matches under 5 minutes, right?
Yep.
King of the Ring 96, commentator for one of the best promos ever.
Yep.
Canadian Stampede, maybe one of the best in your houses ever.
The best in your house ever.
Probably the best in Survivor Series 97, probably one of the most memorable, one of the most best 90 Survivor Series ever. And we're about to top it off with probably the best opening for WrestleMania ever. Can you name another superstar, that comes to mind that is in that many best ofs? And I'm sure there's more, but Owen was always there. He was always in the picture of best ofs. Do you know what I mean? And I think that speaks to something. And I'm gonna be upfront with the audience here. It's not like we planned this out. I just looked up some Owen matches that were considered some of his best, and here we are aligning with all of some of the best content that WWE ever put out. And I don't think that's like by well, I don't think the fact that he was there it was by accident that maybe he was there, but I don't think it was by accident that they were the best. I think they were elevated because of his presence. That's what I would say. Not that they wouldn't have still been great, but they were elevated by him being there.
Man, I wish Owen was here to hear all this, man. I wish he could just hear the way we talk about him, the way we care. John,
I mean, dude,
that was fucking beautiful.
It's sort of staggering. I mean, it's sort of staggering. Like the 5 that we picked, and again, like this wasn't purposeful. I didn't like go out of my way. I mean, I think I did like 3 of the 4 here, or 3 of the 5 here. But like, it's pretty startling. Like he was there for all of some of the best stuff ever, you know, and like that is really his legacy in that regard. So
you know who he kind of reminds me of. Hold on one second. I just want to get my facts straight here. He kind of reminds me of. Damn it! Hold on one second. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Actor named John Cazale. Cazale.
John Cazale.
Cazale. Sorry. Cazale. What am I talking about here? So he was an actor in the 70s.
Oh, I know who. Yeah.
And
this is a good comp.
So, but he died really young.
Yep.
Okay. And he was only in 5 movies. He was only in The Godfather, The Conversation, The Godfather Part 2, Dog Day Afternoon, The Deer Hunter, and Godfather 3. And he's only in Godfather 3 after he passed away. Right. But he's in a significant amount of it because of flashbacks.
And for those that don't know what The Conversation is as a movie, I know this is weird. We're going in a weird corner here, but The Conversation is basically, if you like Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman, The Conversation is the Enemy of the State is the sequel to The Conversation. If you like that kind of spy, they're all spying on us kind of thriller, The Conversation starring Gene Hackman is fucking amazing. And then you watch Enemy of the State right after, and you're like, oh, they're like the same guy. Oh, it highly recommend. 5 out of 5.
My point for bringing him up is because Owen, obviously we all know, Owen passed away very young, 34, right? This actor passed away at 42, but he didn't really get his start like in the main stuff until his late 30s. So until his mid 30s. But the reason I bring him up and compare him to Owen is because the only 5 movies he was in, and I'm going to include Godfather 3, all 3 of them are nominated for Best Picture. Or all 5 of them won it. Or I'm sorry, all 5 of them were nominated for Best Picture.
3 won it.
Yeah, right. But all 5 were nominated and 3 won it. And he's the only actor ever to have that.
And he died.
And he died because he had cancer.
Yep.
He died at 42. So what an amazing what an amazing run. But if you've never seen Dog Day Afternoon, I highly recommend it. Great Al Pacino movie.
All those movies. I mean, they're all fucking great. But
except
that's exactly what Owen was. He was someone who burned as bright as possible and just went too early.
Yeah.
But left a huge mark.
Yep.
So we're
stalling just to not get to the last match because I don't want to stop talking about Owen.
We're at what? Just over 3 hours now? And or maybe 2 hours?
We've been cruising. This is going to be a 2-parter, believe me.
2 hours and 32 minutes.
Yeah. So we're
all right. Let's get moving here. WrestleMania 10, Season 10, Episode 1 on your Cock Network. We're going to go opening match, but we're going to zap ahead a little bit to the 7 minute and 6 second mark. 7:06.
All right, hold on one sec. Let me get there.
Absolutely.
And
Everybody.
I kind of vetted this early. They do a good job of kind of going over the events. I'll try to fill in some of the gaps that I think are relevant, but because I did a good amount of research on this. Shout out to Wrestling Bios. Does another YouTube channel that does different kind of breakdowns of
the
different matches and different stuff
Nitros
like that.
versus Raws.
Yes. There's a lot. They do a lot of. He's got a good kind of way to phrase and construct these things. I kind of went through his breakdown and took some talking points. So we'll see what kind of comes up. But yeah,
Love it.
So 7:06.
7 minutes 6 seconds. It's the opening match, like we said, the best opening match ever. Owen Hart versus his fucking brother, Bret Hart. Now, a little bit of context here. Bret has to fight later on tonight the winner of Yokozuna versus Lex Luger for the title, no matter what.
Yep.
He has to fight Owen, and then no matter what, he's still got to fight again tonight later.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And the reason was because in the Royal Rumble, which is the same match that he got injured by Owen, so this is kind of where the feud came in, was that Owen and him fought against the Quebecers. Bret injured his knee. Again, we'll see this a little bit, but for those of you who might just be listening, this might be helpful. Bret injures his knee in the match. And instead of trying to tag in Owen because he is injured, Bret tries to just push through it, be the star, be the number one, and tries to put away the Quebecers. But because he's so injured and he's trying to put in the sharpshooter, ref comes in, calls the match, says, nope, you can't compete. Match is called off completely, and basically Bret threw the match. And so Owen comes in, and they had already been kind of feuding at that point. Owen comes in, furious, pissed off at Bret. Why did you do that? You've always got to be the star. You always got to be number one. And that's when he's, sweeps the leg.
Out of his leg.
His leg. Famously kicks his leg out of his leg. And basically they had already been kind of feuding for some other reasons up to that point. They had made up, came back for the Royal Rumble, but after Bret couldn't kind of put his ego to the side, Owen kicked him out from his injured knee, and after that point was pretty much ready to fight him, and they were at odds from that point on. So that's kind of the background to this, more or less.
And famously, when Vince McMahon was approached with, let's do Owen versus Bret, he said, Justin,
brothers don't fight.
Which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because if there's anything brothers do
it's fight. Poop. They fight.
And that's true. So, with that all being said, WrestleMania 10, the kickoff match, our final match of the night, to really show you, I think this is actually the culmination of what everything Owen is all about is. We could have shown just this match and been done. I'm so glad we showed all the other ones to get to this one, though, because this really cements, like, if you don't understand what wrestling is after this, don't bother. Exactly.
Yep.
So, all right. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, play.
Against Lex Luger in the first matchup, and then the Hitman will meet the winner in the last match here at WrestleMania.
And this was determined by a coin flip.
Yeah.
So something I was kind of getting to was after Owen kicked out the leg of Bret still fights in the Royal Rumble. So does Owen. Owen comes in, I think, third, and unceremoniously is taken out by The Undertaker. But Bret comes out 27th with Lex Luger, and they go out together. So they were tied, and that's why this.
Yeah, the tie. Yep. There you go, John.
Yep. And this was prior to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Oh, month before the Royal Rumble. This is where the feud started, like you were saying.
Yes. And basically what happened in that situation, well, Owen's pissed here.
Look at that haircut, though. Dude needs to take a comb and like fix that and just something. Brett looks like every wrestler today.
Yeah,
with the hair. Like, just how wet can I get it?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You guys are gonna laugh at this. I had the WWF magazine, the WrestleMania 10 preview, and they were on the cover in this pose right here, like
really
each other on the chest, like, no, we're brothers.
Yeah.
And inside it was like, the brothers are breaking up. I was like, what the fuck?
What? No.
Yeah, I'll never forget having that magazine. There you go, John. Yep, against the Quebecers. The fucking Quebecers, by the way.
I know.
What a tag team. Like, well, what are you guys? Well, we're from Canada. So you're going to call yourselves the Quebecers, but we're going to dress you up like Mounties.
Yeah.
Not even close to Quebec.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Vince, have you ever been to Canada? Oh, John.
Yeah.
There you go, John.
It's some of the best. This promo is awesome, too.
I hope you cut that. I hope someday on my deathbed, you're just like, what? Just because you're older and you think you're better than me?
John dies first.
I'm just like,
bastard. But yeah, something cool about this too was prior to the Royal Rumble and after that that Survivor Series match where Owen got pissed, Owen was coming out with like Brett's glasses. That's when Owen started coming out and doing the sharpshooter. And
nice.
Yeah, and his whole thing was like he said, like, I don't want to keep living in the shadow of my brother. Like, I'm just as good. I'm gonna prove it.
Here we go.
Look at that. I like it.
Still got the glasses on too.
But it's the start more of like the Black Heart vibe. A little bit.
Yeah, he's sort of the black sheep still.
Right.
So
I do love the glasses ripoff.
Yep, it's good. Something too that I was learning about was this all kind of was incepted in 93, I guess. And this was in 93 during like the wellness scandal and all of that stuff. Brett was
no wellness.
Yeah,
John,
that's what
you can call it the steroid scandal. It's
right,
okay.
I know. And Brett was negotiating with Vince, and Brett was actually the one to kind of stick up for Owen to say, like, hey, you should give him some storylines. Like, he's really good. Because at this point, in 93 at least, I should say, Owen kind of just wanted to be like a firefighter. He didn't want to really wrestle. He was like,
he was going to make more money if he went and did a consistent job.
Exactly. And that's why Brett was like, look, Vince, like, he others also said, like, you know, I might take a year off and everything, but Vince basically promised, like, hey, I'll give Owen some kind of storyline. This storyline, to bring it back around to when we were talking Bruce, this was supposed to be for Bruce. The storyline apparently was supposed to be that basically Bruce and Brett would feud. Brett would refuse to fight Bruce. Owen would step in, say, like, I'll fight him. I'll fight Bruce. Bruce was supposed to destroy Owen, and then Brett would be like, I got to avenge my little brother. Huh. That was the original storyline that Vince proposed, but Brett was like, no. Like, my brother, Owen has it. Like, I don't want to, like, Owen is a better worker.
No, yes. Hold on. Correction. One thing. I wasn't that. It was Bruce proposed that.
Yeah, Bruce proposed.
Oh, did he? Okay. Gotcha. Too. What I understood, it was Vince. Okay.
And Vince took it and was like, not for you.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, why would I bring you in, a person who's never wrestled in my ring before, when I can just do the exact thing with the two brothers that are standing right there.
Actually,
But thanks for the idea.
But good idea.
Yeah.
Here's some money, probably.
Yeah.
Man, all right. This may be one we don't talk a whole lot.
Yeah. I was about to say I've actually not seen this match. Despite
Oh
how
my
much
God.
about how much stuff I've been talking about it. I just did a lot of research because I was very interested in I mean, this is considered
John,
to be genuinely one of the best builds ever. Like the work between these two are incredible. So
cheers, John.
Cheers.
Great to Owen, to John. Great episode choice. The thing about this that's why he's the best. The thing about this one too is like you're gonna watch this great match between these two. Well, I'm gonna call them kids who have literally done this 1,000 times.
Yep.
They've done this match in their basement 2,000 times.
Easily.
Like they know their moves and what they're gonna do. They don't have to say. They don't have to call a spot. I bet.
Probably not.
Go. And they
probably
just
won't really see much of a rest move.
No, I guarantee you. I bet you don't. Absolutely not, John. Exactly. You'll see a lot of this, which is their version of a rest move, which is way more impactful. The staring, the yelling, the Owen getting mad. This is them resting.
Yeah.
In essence. But I like they're copying each other's moves. Owen saying, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
But again, the older brother always has the tricks.
Yep. The black and gold ring.
I was just looking at that. Well, it's because of the black and gold for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Even the gold barriers.
Yeah. Yep. Madison Square Garden, baby, the Mecca.
And I love the rocket on the side.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the coolest. Yep.
Yep. One of my favorite nicknames for Owen, the Rocket.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Owen's whole look is better than Brett's, even though it's the same basic idea.
I agree.
Which is crazy. It's just that splash of silver on the trunks, but it's also the one piece that just I really like it.
Yep. His honestly the blonde hair too.
Yeah.
It somehow elevates it.
You know what though? There's a Bret Hart. Did I know? There's a Bret Hart attire that we won't get to see, obviously, but it's the all black with the pink paint splatters.
That is good.
We've talked about this before, yeah.
That is good. Not only that, we watched something earlier. I believe it was the 90 when the Austin King of the Ring. Right before the Austin match is a Bret match, and he's wearing those splattered tights. Because I stopped and I was like, "Oh, I know. Yeah, those are those." And then I kept fast forwarding. But yeah, those are really dope. Those are. Yeah. Fucking King.
Why is he talking shit about like an old woman?
I fucking love it though. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so fun. Stupid old people, they can't see or hear.
Or hear.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, they're cheering for Bret too. Bret is firmly the face right now. Definitely.
Well,
we want to fight.
But what I like, something I want to bring about this was like that was
great
cool.
move.
One of my favorite things about this feud, from the limited research that I've done, is like Owen has like a pretty like legitimate claim to be like, dude, we could have won that match, and you just couldn't fucking put your ego aside. Like you couldn't handle it. You had to be the big star, so fuck you. I like that. That's when it's always good when your villain
and it
is
was
someone you can relate to.
It was the last
part of it is like you have to be able to relate to it. I'm gonna bring up a Marvel thing, but like Loki in the Marvel universe, like you're like, oh, you're a bad guy, but I feel bad kind of for you. I kind of want you to win just because you kind of seem like you deserve to win. And then I hear you talk for a few minutes, and I'm like, you know what? This motherfucker's right. Wait a minute. Thor.
Very fitting. Very fitting brothers.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he reminds me of because he's always behind everybody trying to like, hey, I'm just as good as this guy. I'm just as good. And that's what Loki is basically.
Yeah.
I like that the hairstyles are flip-flop though.
Yep. Yeah, I was about to say blonde versus brunette.
Yep.
Great technical wrestling. See, this proves to me technical wrestling can still be interesting. Because this has been a highly technical match.
Yeah.
It's been extremely entertaining.
Agreed.
Flying leg kick. I keep calling that spinning heel kick. I sound like I'm making it up.
I kind of like.
You know what? Here we go. From now going forward, if John misnames it, he has to drink twice.
Yeah. Done and done.
I like that.
Who'd have thought of that in hour one?
So what's wild is because I made fun of the word martial arts kick, and then I just keep saying leg kick. Like, hey John, what other kind of kick is there, bud? I think there's only a fucking leg kick. That's what a kick means, bro.
Can you kick with your arm?
Can you? No, you can't. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well then.
So I'm fucking redundant and dumb, and I drank twice. So.
I like that. Does that hold for all time?
I'll just never name a move.
No, you will. You'll just turn into Vince. What a maneuver.
Yeah, is it not a maneuver? I mean,
listen, you sassy bastard.
Yeah.
Real names are nothing.
Well, I don't know. I like it when I know what a thing is called. It's like when I watch the X Games and the guy's like, cool flip of the board.
Good knee drop right there.
Yep.
Camel clutch. This is a class. Here's the thing. This is a finisher. This should end the match.
Yeah. Maybe like 5 years ago.
Sergeant Slaughter put this in on somebody. The match is over. But somehow Brett's going to get out of it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like now I wish they could somehow make submissions over again because they're so brutal. You know, because they're nothing now. Suplex. That's because they are nothing now.
Yeah.
But they're a good thing
some
to bring out.
Some are still, but they have to be really, really awesome.
Yeah.
Submission.
I'm sure. Right. The sharpshooter is still probably over right now. No one's doing it, but. That's so cool.
Sting's still wrestling, so I guess he might be doing it.
Should he?
The Scorpion Deathlock, I'm sorry. Which is also my favorite thing when the same move is named something different. I love that. It's my favorite thing.
It's like there's Scorpion Deathlock is like a great name, but it'll never be as good as Sharpshooter.
Thank you. Well, but is that because you heard Sharpshooter first?
No, because I like the Scorpion Deathlock. Like I get it. The look is like that. I understand why its name is that, but the Sharpshooter is just better.
Okay.
Sharpshooter. I think it's better for the name, like for the character, right? It's just simple to the point, done.
Yeah.
You know, with the Hitman being a sharpshooter.
The Hitman being a sharpshooter. Well, that's what I always took it as, was he's the Hitman.
Well, yeah. So you can yell sharpshooter 800 times. It's hard to yell Scorpion Deathlock.
Yeah, to yell Scorpion Deathlock. Good point. You know what? Didn't think about it that way. Good point. Suplex. And he just dropped him on his fucking head.
Sure did. Also, sharpshooter. 3 syllables. Scorpion Deathlock. Like, I feel like the 5 syllables, like, it's too much of a mouthful.
I agree.
Can you be quiet about their mom? Can you just over a fucking break, King? Like, why is this?
Helen
is old, dude. Helen is old.
Her. Like some weird thing, like fucking hates her.
It's just such a weird angle. Like it's like, bro, just leave her. She's just an old woman. Just leave her alone.
I do want to mention before we finish this episode, this match and stuff up, is one match that we left out that I do want to mention if you are interested in watching is Owen versus Brett in a steel cage. SummerSlam. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That match fucking rules.
Yeah.
I believe Brett wins. Well, whatever. It is.
Again, we were 5.
Yeah. It is fucking awesome. It's so good. They tear the house down very early in the thing.
So maybe we do that on a dark match, SummerSlam 95.
Yeah, that would be good. We got still going to do SummerSlam 91 for our boy Nick.
Yep.
And then
forget.
I think that'll be our next special episode.
Yeah.
I hate the inverted. I hate atomic drops. I just don't like
weird.
Well,
it doesn't look.
It doesn't. Am I supposed to think you crushed his nuts, or
that's what I always thought it
or
was?
Did you just land on your knee? Because that probably doesn't hurt that much.
What's that? A Russian leg sweep? I like that.
Love that move. Nothing like a Russian leg sweep, because a Nicaraguan leg sweep is totally different.
Doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't hit the same.
They really are doing each other's moves. Like there's a lot of psychology in this match, which is,
dude.
And that's one thing that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say just one thing about these guys. They're both just psychological wrestlers. Like every move means something.
Yes, that's what I think. I said that earlier. Everything that Owen does means something. Brett's the same.
And Brett too. I give Brett that absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I would say that Brett is the better psychological wrestler.
Disagree. Yes, he is. I would agree with that. Yep.
And here's the thing: you called me a Brett hater earlier. I'm not a Brett hater.
You are a Brett hater.
You're kind of a Brett hater.
I'm kind of a Brett hater.
You're kind of a Brett hater, Andrew, and it's okay. You can be a Brett hater.
Hold on. That means I'm kind of a Brett appreciator.
I know.
I appreciate the good shit he does. I just think A, he himself, the person, is an asshole. B,
so is Shawn Michaels.
Was an asshole. Brett is an asshole.
I guess, yeah.
So, but
Dude,
I think
Brett thinks he's the greatest fucking wrestler that ever fucking walked the face of the planet.
And one of them is the greatest.
I don't like. He thinks he's fucking king shit of fuck mountain, and I don't like that.
Fair enough.
But that's it. Everything he does in the ring, everything he's doing right now, I love this. I love to boo him because I don't like him. Like, that makes him good. That makes me appreciate him. Yes, I'm never going to love Bret Hart. Is he a top 10 all-time greatest wrestler? Abso-fucking-lutely. Without a doubt. And I will cheers to that.
All right.
Well, I think his psychology...
Am I ever going to put him on one of my top 25 favorites? Hell fucking no.
That's because it's still real to you, damn it. But my point is...
Right.
My point is that...
He's never going to be my favorite, ever, because I've always been on the side of everyone else.
That's fine. I was just saying that I think the psychology, the strength in psychology that Brett offers is what makes his matches more memorable.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing that Owen... Now, again, he died at 34.
Didn't have enough time. Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
At this point, Brett is in his mid-30s. So...
Right.
Yeah.
Because Brett's not
taunting him. So good. Taunting him.
Right. But I think that's what Brett does almost better than anyone is the psychology. And that's what makes a match memorable. And I realize that Owen died very young, so we don't know what he would have become. Although his wife has always maintained that he was going to retire very early. And whether or not that's true or not, we don't know. Yeah. But, Martha gets shit on a lot, so let's not do that here. But I would say that we don't know what he would have become. However, we do have to work within the body of work we got.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Owen's downfall is. And because you can have a great psychological match and have it not be the main event. I think that's what made Bret Hart undeniable. It's the same thing that made Shawn Michaels undeniable in the Rockers, is that they were the main event, except for the fact that their tag team psychology was better than everybody else. So while we always say that Owen's the better worker, I think wrestling is like 70% psychology.
Oh, it's more than that. I think it's more than that.
All right, so maybe 90% psychology.
Because you're trying to protect the other person in a sense. Like, you don't want anyone to get hurt. I'd say it's like 95% psychology.
Okay, so then if we're both agreeing, or all of us are agreeing that Owen is superior, maybe in terms of just ability and what he can do, but Bret is better at putting matches together, then what are we talking about? You know what I mean?
Okay, but Justin, you and I.
It's the Owen episode. I love Owen Hart. I was just saying. That's what
I like this. We got a couple more minutes on this. Let's play this out just for a second. We love sports. In sports, all we ever do is project. Okay, well, what's he going to do next year? Well, okay, well, he did this year. What's he going to do next year? Is he going to get better? Is he going to get worse? I don't see a moment where Owen wasn't going to get better. We can project. We can see what happens to Bret. So let's assume exactly what happens to Bret stays exactly the same.
But it wasn't good, is the thing with Bret.
Owen would have turned into Chris Jericho.
Maybe.
We can never know that.
Insecurity.
That's
to our point earlier. That's to our point earlier, where his projection reminds you of that. So I'm not denying that or trying to talk or do double speak or anything. I'm suggesting that it stinks because Bret, we did get the best of Bret. No one in their right mind will ever say WCW Bret was even like good. Was good. Like even the G of good. Like no one would even suggest that was good. You know what I mean? So like
it wasn't even good.
So it stinks that we don't get to see where Owen develops. But if this is any indication, I mean, this match is amazing.
Okay, this is a fantastic match.
Bret put it together.
One of my favorite podcasts and John's favorite podcast is called The Rewatchables, and it's this movie podcast, and they do this thing called Unanswerable Questions. Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, this is a unanswerable question.
Yeah.
Would Owen have not died, resurrected Bret's career later on? Meaning, like, so Owen doesn't die, he plays out to like 2004, 5, 6, 7. Bret's career goes down the crapper in WCW. Does Owen somehow resurrect him by still being alive? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the inspiration, like, hey man, I'm still doing it. You got to do it. Like, come on.
I think Bret's injury was just too severe.
Okay. Yes. But he could have still come back in another context. He's still good on the mic. He could have been all these other things. He could have been.
Here's the problem is, I think one thing arguably is that I think Owen is stronger on the mic than Bret is.
And that's not saying.
I don't think Bret could be like Owen could have. If Owen got a severe injury, he could have been a color commentator. We saw this earlier this episode.
Right.
I seriously believe he could have legitimately held his own as a color commentator.
I agree with that.
Brett couldn't do that.
But Brett could be a producer.
Brett could be a trainer. Brett could be a behind the scenes guy.
I mean, imagine Brett in NXT.
And so just with that being said,
to that extent,
again, unanswerable question. Does Owen make a difference? I think 100% yes. As soon as I thought of that, I was like, oh my God, if Owen had stayed alive, Bret would have stayed in the industry. He would have been more engaged. He would have had because, Natty was coming up and TJ Wilson
would have been different.
The family was coming up and he was all for all that stuff, Owen especially. His boys, Owen's got 2 boys. They would have been in the business.
Yeah.
Oh, can't be a wrestling event until someone gets hit in the nuts.
Yeah, truly. It would have been different. It's so hard to say.
I truly think that it would have been beneficial for everyone. So that is what it truly is a bummer for. There's no way Brett taps to his own move, is there? What?
Well, Brett's fighting later. Don't forget. Which kind of tells you how
true.
this is probably going to end. But there's been a lot of good false finishes. Like, actually good, like, oh, that's got to be it. Oh, it's not? Oh, shit.
I thought he just tapped out.
Yeah.
Like, this match is so good.
So good. It's so well paced. John, I think you said it earlier. They're building. They're building. They're building.
And also, I guess we lied earlier because we talked a lot.
You think?
But I think
it's sort of like a bittersweet thing where we're just kind of like starting to realize, oh man, this is all this episode's gonna end. We can't talk about Owen forever. And
just like that.
Yeah.
And look at the disbelief.
Yeah. What about
spit,
him now?
And the slobber that's still
I love the white on the like I have no more spit left. I'm out of energy.
Did you see Owen hold up the 3 fingers? Like,
yeah.
3?
See?
Which is
that'd be a great t-shirt.
It's such a nugget. Like, it's such a small little character thing that, like,
you called it
this whole yeah, I know, because he's right. But like, because he this whole time he's been talking so much shit. But like, just behind it, you know, he was thinking like, but my character, Owen Hart, is really actually nervous to face his brother.
Yeah.
And that was like a moment of that shining through of like, wait, I actually did it? Like, I was talking all this shit about it, and I did it.
Do you know what? Okay. You know what he reminds me of? You're going to laugh at this. When the Patriots won their first Super Bowl, I remember walking into school the next day just going, wait, did that happen? Did I dream that?
Yeah.
And you're looking up at somebody and they're like, the Patriots won. You're like, oh, yeah, they did.
Okay. Cool. And like, that's what Owen had a moment there. Even though Owen had been like,
all I thought of was just, you're looking, you're like, I can't believe I did this.
Even though Owen, he'd been talking, he's like, I'm going to beat him, I'm going to win, everything like that. He still had that hesitation, that doubt. And it's just such a little piece of, like I said, little nugget.
There you go. And here we go. Listen to him.
Yep.
Todd Pettengill looking dapper as fuck, except his tie's all fucked up. Who's he looking at?
Yeah, I know.
Cue card.
Which is great because
he does win it.
Yeah,
but that's the best. So, John, you've never seen this, and maybe we should do this later. Maybe I should. I'm gonna say it. But one of the best moments of this episode, this WrestleMania, is the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of it, obviously, Bret Hart wins the world title.
Yeah.
But they come out and they do that, put him on top of the shoulders, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do that whole thing. But the last shot of WrestleMania 10 is a silhouette shot of Owen Hart in the runway.
Yeah. I just scrolled over. You know how it gives you like a little preview?
Yeah.
Of like the shot. I just scrolled over on the bar and I can see it. He's just like looking really intensely from the ramp.
Like that, but the last shot is over his shoulder.
Oh, really?
And it's just him blacked out and Bret Hart doing this with everyone on his shoulder. So it sets up WrestleMania or SummerSlam coming up. And it's
awesome.
Brilliant booking, you know? And I think part of the problem with fans now is that was probably shit on at the time.
Yeah.
Is we're too in it. We're too in it in terms of, the Melters of the world and the PW insiders. And I'm not shitting on guys for trying to make a living or anything, but it does kind of ruin it.
Yeah.
I fucking know it's not. I fucking know it's pre-written. I know it's written. I'm aware, but I don't know.
We get it, but that's not that's what made Owen special. To bring this all back full circle is that he took what may have been written and made it better. Stone Cold took what was written, made it better. Certain guys took. Owen will never get the full credit for being as good as those guys because he left us so soon, so early.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the Owen Hart episode. John, why don't you send us home?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what had to be said was said. I mean, it's just how can you even encapsulate a career like that? I mean, I look back on it. So I think about like year and a half ago being so naive about this character, thinking like, oh yeah, that's just Bret Hart's brother. Like what? I mean, it's whatever. And now coming around to this appreciation of just like, damn, like what a rocket. Like that was like when I hear that name for Owen, it's like that's what he was. Like he was a fucking star that burned so bright and was so ready to take off. It's hard to sum up all of that, but I'm appreciative that he was around. I think if I was going to be a wrestler, that's who I'd want to be. That's what Owen Hart is to me. Like as much as I love, and maybe that makes him my favorite wrestler. I don't know. I'm coming to my own conclusions now. As much as I love someone like Mankind, but as much as I love someone like Mankind, if I wanted to be a wrestler, I think that's who I'd want to be. I think I'd want to be an Owen Hart.
You certainly have a longer career.
Yeah, hopefully a longer career.
I think that's perfectly said, and I think that's exactly where we need to end this episode. John, awesome.
Great job, brother.
Choice, good pick. So, for Justin, Jordan, John, I'm Andrew. Thank you guys for listening. Watchalong Express. Like, follow, share, Spotify, Facebook, Apple Pod. Am I missing anything?
No, I think we got to do one last drink, though. This is Drink on Owen.
Jordan?
Everyone have a great night.
Boys? Owen?
At Owen.
All right. For the Watchalong Express, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you around the way. Peace.
Peace.
Later.